in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Yeah, happy middle of the week to you. Thank you to Sean for filling in for me yesterday while I was a little under the weather, dealing with some stomach bug or something. I don't know. I was down for the count yesterday, so I appreciate Sean taking over for me and filling in and doing an admirable job as always. So appreciate that. But yeah, back today and feeling almost 100%. Not quite, but getting there. So, well, it's the day after our primary election. Results are in. Mark Ronchetti won pretty handedly in the Republican side for the gubernatorial race here. Other race of note locally here, the magistrate judge race there, James Mason won in that primary race, so he's going to end up, because in that race there is no Democrat opponent in the fall, so James Mason will be our magistrate judge now. So that election was decided. But here we go for the general election. And I was looking at numbers just to give folks, we're going to have a fight here in November. I'm telling you right now, because so you look at the numbers for on the Republican side for governor.
Oh, yeah.
And Mark Ronchetti won 68,270 votes. Rebecca Dow was second with 18,000. So that's a pretty big margin between first and second. And then really third and fourth, they were all, you know, Mark Ronchetti kind of ran away with it. But this is the perspective I want to put in people's. So yesterday, as far as tallied votes, here on the website, the official New Mexico State website here, 116,883 Republicans voted, or people voted in the Republican primary, because I guess you could have some non-party people that also voted in there. But in the Republican primary yesterday, or in this primary election, 116,000 voted in the Republican side.
What percent is that?
Well, just to give you a by comparison, on the Democrat primary side, obviously Michelle Lujan Grisham ran unopposed.
Mm-hmm.
She received 124,189, 100% of the votes. So 124,000 Democrats voted in the primary without an opponent versus 116,883 Republicans. And just to add another group into the vote, the Libertarian race had a total of 1,032 votes. So what I'm telling you is you're going to need to pull some Democrats, because if you got every single Libertarian, every single Republican that voted yesterday, that's only still 117,000 votes to 124,000 for Michelle Lujan Grisham. So we're going to have a fight in the fall. That's what I'm telling folks. So people that think this is and to be honest, these numbers.
So more Republicans voted than Democrats?
More Democrats voted, but I think there's more Democrats than Republicans statewide. I think if you just did the numbers, there's more of them. But what I'm telling you is, if you just did the numbers right there, that's pretty close as far as So if people thinking this is going to be some kind of landslide election in the fall, or people think that their vote doesn't count in the fall, I give you these numbers from yesterday and say, you might want to think again on that, because that's close numbers.
You want to know the interesting thing? I didn't even know Mark Ronchetti was running until yesterday.
How did you not know that? We've had him in the studio.
I wasn't here that day.
I guess not.
I haven't seen a single ad for him, or I haven't seen a single poster.
Have you not watched TV?
A sign in town whatsoever.
Okay. Well, you must try not to.
Yeah, I don't have like TV. I just have YouTube.
I guess, you don't watch TV, because if you watch just on-the-air television or cable or satellite or whatever, and you watch any of our New Mexico channels or KOAT, and they are just inundated with commercials, or were. I imagine we'll get a bit of a slowdown for a week or two here, and then it'll fire back up. But they were
no
all over the
YouTube ads from him.
Oh, well, maybe he went traditional or something. I don't know. Well, him and Rebecca Dow spent the most. $1 million+ on their campaigns. So
okay, that explains why she's second then.
I feel like the fact that you didn't even know he's running, it feels like, man, they didn't spend up money. I don't know. I was just like, what?
I think it says a lot. I mean, like,
about what though? I mean, I wonder how many young people like you are the same. I didn't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just because you don't watch on the air TV. I don't know. I just assumed everyone knew.
It's not by choice. I just, I don't have DirecTV or any of those things.
Right, I get you. I get you. But I don't know. It's just, I wonder how many other people are in that scenario. But anyway, I was just looking at total numbers of votes and everything, and I'm thinking, this is going to be a fight. This is going to be a dog fight in November. It's going to be a dog fight. So buckle up, folks. It's going to be interesting. So, matter of fact, I'm curious to see how it goes, but please, if you have not registered to vote, make sure you have registered and you do vote in the fall, because, and that's another thing, the voter turnout numbers. All these numbers are pretty low percentage compared to eligible voters in the state, and that's kind of disheartening to see that people don't. And I get disenfranchised. I get all that. I understand it, but still. This is the one thing
it's kind of
that you can do to put your say in something in this country, and by God, do it.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the percentage of who voted and who didn't.
I'd have to take I can do a deep dive and look on that, but
because during the mayoral, I think only was like 25%.
Yeah, we had a very small percentage in the city elections
actually voted.
Yeah, we. I know a lot of people complain about things here, and then they say that, and then. The part that gets me is you get people who say I didn't know about it, and like you were just saying here, and I kind of blame those people, because it wasn't for a lack of stuff out there. It's like, I know you said you don't see TV or nothing, but I know you work on a radio show. You had to listen to at least some of our conversations.
Well, no, Tanner told me that he had it was on his behalf. It wasn't him who came into the studio.
No, he's been in. I've interviewed. I don't know if he came on live. He came in like in the afternoon a couple times, and I recorded him. But yeah, he didn't come in like in the morning and on live. I always pre-recorded Ronchetti. He always came in the afternoons or something like that. So but yeah, he's been on. We'll see. It's going to be a dogfight now. Now they're going to rally the troops around Mark Ronchetti here and go attacking one force here. Matter of fact, we'll have a conversation about that, because. Let me give you the rundown. It kind of works right in. Here this hour, we're going to have the ladies from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women join us.
Yes.
So they'll preview their next meeting and what they've got going on. And, of course, we'll talk about last night's primary wins and all that good stuff. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, John LeMay joined Sean yesterday to talk about his new book and talk about book fair they got coming up with the Historical Society. So we're going to play that interview for you in the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, man, I'm just kind of keeping my Historical Society, but different hat this time. Elaine Mayfield's going to be back with us. Of course, she does a lot of work with the Historical Society and Leadership Roswell. But today she's going to be talking Galacticon with us.
Yes.
Of course, UFO Festival and all that's right around the corner. One of many passions that Elaine has is Galacticon, and she's been running and making that event happen for years. So she's going to join us about 9:15 and talk all about Galacticon with us for 2022. So that's the rundown. Plus, we'll have all of your other features that include the news of the local and national variety, along with your Town Hall Wall Street business updates and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Let's see. It is 7:15. Let's go ahead and take a look at that weather. More hot. There is a chance of rain today. So do your rain dances, wash your cars, do all that stuff we can to make moisture happen. They're saying there's a chance. Cross your fingers.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A stationary front over eastern New Mexico may bring us a few showers or thunderstorms by this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be sunny and hot. Our highs between 95 and 100. Might get a shower overnight and down to the upper 60s and low 70s. And then plenty of sunshine coming up on Thursday. Will heat up into the upper 90s, sunny and low 100s Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 74 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 74%. Curious, huh? It's just coincidence. Winds are actually calm at the moment. They're saying there's a chance, as Steve had mentioned, there's a 20% chance at some showers and thunderstorms for this afternoon. They have thrown in the caveat that if we do get storms, some of those storms could be severe. They're talking large hail, damaging winds. Partly cloudy, high of 95 today, so that's actually a bit of a respite compared to the last couple days. Winds will be out of the east, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Later today, those winds are going to pick up 15 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. And then tonight, our chance of rain actually bumps up to 40%. Mainly before midnight. Once again, some of these storms could be severe with large hail, damaging winds. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 66 degrees. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 15 miles per hour. That's it for rain chances after today. So hopefully we get more than a couple drops to get some moisture. It'd be nice. But Thursday, back to sunny, hot, highs right around 97. Winds will be out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, sunny and hot, back over 100 again, 104 for a high on Friday. Winds out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. And weekend, going to be scorcher. 107 is what they're talking for, 106 actually on Saturday, 107 on Sunday, and 107 on Monday. So enjoy your 95 today and your 20% chance of rain, because that is going to be pretty chilly or pretty warm. Let's see. Okay, cool. Got it. I just got a text on the way. Sweet. All right. It is 18 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's do this. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to have the ladies from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women join us in just a little bit. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
When you're not feeling well, the last thing you want to worry about is how soon you can get in to see your healthcare provider, or even finding a provider if you don't have one. Well, now you can feel better, knowing that the Loveless Healthcare Center in Roswell offers appointments for when you're not feeling well, or for checkups, annual exams, or any chronic issues that need attention. To schedule an appointment or to find a new healthcare provider, call 575-625-3222 today.
Your ride is broke, needs a fix? Come on down, we'll take care of it quick at Big O. Big O Tires. Whatever the problem will ease your fears, we got experience nearly 60 years at Big O. Big O Tires.
You can always count on your local Big O Tires to give you quality products and trustworthy service, all for a low price. From May 16th through June 19th, get up to $140 in rebate savings on BF Goodrich tires with installation purchase, or get up to $140 in rebate savings on Michelin tires from May 23rd through June 19th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Not valid with other offers. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 were permitted. Void where prohibited. For further details on use and restrictions thereof, see BigOTires.com. See rebate form for terms and conditions. Additional retailer offer advertised within is independent from the manufacturer's offer.
Summer is here, and it's the perfect time for you to get those wisdom teeth taken care of. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. Our experienced dental team is here to provide you the best comfort with sedation dentistry. Wisdom teeth removal can be very intimidating, but not when you're in our office with the experts on your side. We know you want to get to that summer fun, but first, let us get you in tip-top shape. Call us, and our team will help you set up your appointment for wisdom teeth removal.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental in Roswell or call 622-4455.
You know, there's something magical about homegrown tomatoes. Watching the plants grow, seeing the blooms pop, and then picking a big, ripe tomato and slicing it up on a sandwich. Hi, this is Jim Gill. Here at Roswell Seed Company, we have some of the prettiest tomato plants that we've ever seen, just waiting for you to make the magic happen. We have some good-looking pepper plants, too, and the geraniums will be coming along soon. So you say tomato, and I'll say tomato. Come and get your plants at Roswell Seed. No, I'm not going to say tomato. Nobody around here says tomato.
Do you have what it takes to be a champion? Country Club Road Church of Christ presents Champion VBS, June 6th through the 10th, from 9 to 11:30 a.m. for ages 3 years old through 6th grade. Explore the excitement of leading others to a relationship with Jesus from some of the best love passages of Scripture, and with a team of some of the world's fastest animals, you'll learn how to be a champion with practice, perseverance, and a little sweat. Skits, crafts, music, Bible stories, snacks, lunch, and more, including a free t-shirt. Find out more and register at ccrcoc.com. Champion VBS, June 6th through the 10th at Country Club Road Church of Christ, open to ages 3 years old through 6th grade at the corner of Washington and Country Club Road in Roswell. Learn more and register now at ccrcoc.com.
It's been a long, cold, boring winter, and children in neighborhoods everywhere are waiting to hear those magical words. The pool's open! Summer weather has finally rolled around. Make sure your pool is ready. Preparing and maintaining your pool for summer the right way will create a season full of smiles instead of headaches and make your life much easier. Soft Swim, the chlorine-free sanitizing system by BioGuard, only at Mays Lumber Company.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our original gold-rimmed homemade vanilla, the country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Walmart Supercenters.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 7. Actually, I'm not sure if that's accurate, that price. I'm bought camels in years. It is 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, we have Margaret Kinnard and Christina Arnold with us this morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
In unison, even. See, I know it's bright and early, but y'all nailed it. So how are you guys doing this morning?
Good.
Doing good, yeah.
Good. I know busy night last night. The primaries are done, and now we turn attention on to the general election. So for the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, I guess it's time to rally the troops now. Right now that we know who your nominees are going to be, it's time for November here and start promoting and getting the word out about the Republican candidates running for office here in the general election. So.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, I don't know if you guys heard it on the way in, but I was kind of talking about a stat there, and we were looking at the numbers from the results from last night, and it's going to be a dogfight in the fall. If you look at the numbers, there was like 116,000 total votes.
116,000 for Michelle Lujan.
Well, just for Republican candidates, Republicans or people that voted in the Republican primary, because you can't really say Republicans because it could be some libertarians or non-affiliate, whatever. This year, there's that. But there was 116,000 total that voted in the Republican primary, if you take all the governor votes there. Well, in the Democrat side, Michelle Lujan Grisham, 124,000 voted in that.
Right.
She ran unopposed. So if you do those numbers, I mean, if everybody that voted in the Republican voted for the Republican candidate, it's going to be a dogfight at the end here. So my point is make sure you vote in the fall, because if you think your vote don't count.
This is something I think that we've dealt with every election, is that we always come up short.
Yeah.
And that's, the pressure is on Southeast New Mexico to bring those votes in for those statewide races.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is every year, every election we run into that same issue trying to get that vote out.
Yeah.
We have the voter base. We just need to get everybody engaged. And that's, I think, something that we struggle with every time.
Yeah. This is that one decision that you get that actually impacts change in our community. You can sit on your social medias and watch the news and pontificate at the TV all day, but that's not going to impact change. That's not going to fix the things you want fixed. The only way you do that is by going, registering to vote, and actually voting. And vote educated, obviously. I always say that, when you do vote, make sure you have reasons for the people you vote for. But for those folks that say my vote doesn't count, or you've been watching, everyone's complaining about this and that, and don't make it. Even before the last couple of years with voter fraud and all the topics that have been out here, there's a lot of people that are, think their vote doesn't count, those kind of things, and nothing can be further from the truth on that. The reason, the reason people have not won races and things in Southeast New Mexico. There's been races not won because simply people didn't come out and vote. There was, you look at the numbers for your people either assume or I don't know what their logic is, but I know we've had races in the past where people probably would have been elected that you wanted had enough people actually turned out to vote. And the places where they counted on these folks to vote, a fraction of a percentage of the actual people that came out to vote actually voted. So
right.
That's the big problem here. It's not even so much more Democrats or more Republicans or whatever it is. It's more people that aren't voting at all. They just kind of either let other people do it or think it's disenfranchised with the process or something. I don't know.
Well, one of the things I think that I've encountered after being involved for, since I think 2014 is when I kind of started getting, I've always voted and things like that, but actually been part of the process is, you sell ads, that ads are going out on the radio, there's signs out there, something's going on if you're paying attention at all when you're driving down the street. But some things that I've encountered every time is like, oh, there's an election. And then, I've talked to people there after they've gone to vote and they're like, oh, I didn't know all these people were going to be on the ballot. I didn't know all these offices were up for. So
constantly what we try to do with the Republican women is educate.
Sure.
This is what's going on. These are the people that are going to be on your ballot. Come meet them.
Yeah.
You know, it's rough. I don't know what else you can do.
Well, and part of it is got to be the responsibility of us, the citizen.
Right.
I know the candidates, organizations like yourself take the onus on, we've got to get the word out to vote. But y'all can scream from the highest mountaintop on the planet. We could lock down every channel that's existed and put nothing but vote propaganda on there, and there's still going to be people who I didn't know. You know what I mean? The onus some of that onus has to be on we the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talk about voting and people talk about rights, privileges, and all. Either way you look at it, it's a responsibility because we're asking for your opinion on who should run this country. And if you're not giving us a valued opinion, you're just going on either what Margaret's saying, I didn't even know who these people were, or I like their sign, or they look pretty good in a suit. I mean, whatever it is that they use, I mean, that's on you. That's on us, the people. We gotta. It's part of our responsibility as being good citizens is to educate yourself on these policies. Now, granted, you don't have to become legal pundit experts and watch Fox News or CNN or whatever it is 24/7. That'll drive you batty crazy. But you at least understand some of the issues, what's going on in the state, and understand who stands for what. So you, A, know who's running in these said elections, but B, also have a good idea on the people that line up with what you believe in. And that is our responsibility, the public. We need to do better about that. We parents need to teach their kids more about that. We as a society need to put more emphasis on educating people about getting involved in the democratic process and how it works and why you should vote for it and what happens when you don't. And we're experiencing a lot of that right now. We got so much information going out there, and let's face it, a small percentage of it is factual information versus some kind of opinionated slant put on it in some way, shape, or form. And unfortunately, we live in a society where if you're not savvy enough to pick up on that, you're going to be led down a lot of stuff. So we got to get smarter and understand all that stuff too. And I know I got way down a rabbit hole here, but
well, I think you're right. You know, I think that one of the good things about what we do with the Republican women is that you get to meet these people face to face.
Sure.
Statewide candidates, and you get to hear directly from them. And you can make that determination on how you feel about that person, if it was a genuine experience,
sure.
If what they have to say lines up with what you believe in. Because so often, you don't really get to see these people, especially like nationally, to really know them. Mm-hmm. And so I think that we offer something to Southeast New Mexico that allows them that opportunity.
Absolutely. You get to, for folks that aren't familiar, if you have been coming out to the last several Chaves County Federated Republican Women meetings, it's all been candidate focused. Just almost every meeting you've had for the last several months now has been nothing but candidates for various positions, either locally, statewide, or nationally here. And I'm guessing you're going to continue to do that, so through that up to the election here. So this is what we're talking about. Come out to these meetings. We'll tell you about the next one here in just a few minutes. But come out, meet these candidates, because they'll come and speak to you and you get an awesome lunch and all that cool stuff. But you really get one-on-one time with them, because before the lunch or after the lunch, you can walk up, shake their hand, talk to them and say, hey, I love what you think on this. What do you think about this? And they're all politicians. They'll be happy to sit down and talk to you about this stuff. You know what I mean? You're right. This is your chance to really get in there and understand. And that way you get to see personalities too.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to see them when they're not, in a presentation mode per se, where if they're behind a podium, that's a structured speech or structured whatever they're going to say. When you're just sitting there, over a sandwich or sitting there just in a casual conversation, you get to learn what a person's really like. You're not performing so much for them. They're just being themselves a little bit. So you get to learn, kind kind of their idiosyncrasies and things, just a little bit to that kind of stuff. So please come out to these meetings, come meet these candidates, vote informed. That's the thing I cannot stress enough is I hate when people just vote to vote. That's almost as bad as not voting, in my opinion. I'd rather, I may not agree with their opinion, but at least it's an opinion, and it's at least something educated, and I can get behind that,
Yeah.
So let's talk about this next meeting. What's on tap for the next Chaves County Federated Republican meeting?
So do you want to?
Yeah. So we are meeting on Wednesday, June, what is it?
15th.
Thank you. I was going to say 19th.
1 week from today.
Yeah, 1 week from today.
1 week from
Always
today.
Good. Yeah. We actually open the doors at 11:30 at the Roswell Convention Center.
Yes.
Yeah, we start at noon, and we welcome people out. Our hopes is to get the GOP primary winner.
Okay.
To be our speaker. We want to actually have them come speak to us, and it's Ron Ketty. Right?
Yes, so we're calling out Ron Ketty right now.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, he was actually, we gave him notice.
We did,
and we asked each of the gubernatorial candidates if they would put it on their save the date to come and speak.
And they committed. So
yeah, so this is
well, they're gonna need. Mark Ronchetti's going to need everybody's support to become governor of New Mexico.
That's the focus of the thing is to actually have him come talk to us about what he needs from Chaves County.
Yeah.
I mean, we've really got to rally.
Yeah.
I think from this race, you can see this in the last municipal race that our turnout is kind of questionable.
Yeah.
It's really low. So we've got to at least do some inspiring.
I didn't do the digging on research and all that, but do you ballpark know how many registered voters we have versus didn't vote? Okay, I figured if anybody knew in this room, it might be.
Well, I don't know where we're at now, but a couple of years ago, we were at 17,000 registered Republican voters.
Okay.
And so when you have just a small portion of those come out for a race, that's what I'm saying. We have the voter base in the Republican Party to really bring out some good numbers.
But they get to get out and vote.
Right. So
weren't we at like 7? What was our voter turnout for this race?
Well, according to what the Secretary of State website was, it said 26%.
Which, that's not good. I mean, I don't know what the numbers traditionally are, but
usually
it's lower.
Yeah, it's usually around 22%.
One brought out.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yes.
Yeah.
But still.
20. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Registered voters that can actually vote in 26. I don't know that doesn't look like a good report card to me.
No.
I'm kind of thinking,
should
we be around 70%?
That includes every party. So I don't
Okay.
know specifically the Republican.
Oh, I got you. Republican.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
So,
I got you.
But that's what the Secretary website said this morning.
Well,
State website said this morning. So.
Based off history,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Southeast New Mexico / Chaves County is predominantly Republican as far as voter registry.
Correct.
I'm going to guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say that's probably the closest number to actual registered voters in the county. You maybe add another couple thousand for Democrats, but I'm going to guess is probably like 1% to 2% of this county are registered Democrats. I have no idea, but I'm going to guess it's something that low.
I want to say that it was. I can't even remember now off the top of my head, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I was looking at those numbers last night as, at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And, just like you said, we're at pretty much every race. If you look at the Democratic candidate versus the Republican candidate race, we're like at a 10,000 voter deficit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to make that up, plus more for cushion,
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Come November.
So so the next couple months is really, that's the goal here, is to get people to come out and vote here for the general election. Either get registered, or if you are registered, make sure your information's good to go and you're lined up to vote here in November, when they start with early voting in October probably.
Right.
So.
And, there's a voter portal where you can verify that your address is correct,
Mm-hmm.
that you're that you are registered for the party that you want to be registered for. A couple of years ago, I encountered a lot of people when I was going door to door for the Trump campaign who said, I never changed my voter registration, but, it says that I'm an independent. But what they found, several of these people, is when they went to the motor vehicle department to get their license updated, something happened there where they either they didn't realize what they were doing when, because you can
They
do
checked
that
a
there.
box that they thought they didn't check or something. Yeah.
I don't know exactly how that happens, but
Gotcha.
Anyway, so that's something that if you're not sure what you're registered or if your information's up to date, I know that every once in a while they purge the voter rolls. And if you think maybe you haven't voted, you
may got purged by accident there.
Check it out.
Well, and I know because of the redistricting going on with the Congress, which is still in a fight, by the way. But
yes.
But I know I got in the mail maybe a week or two ago a new voter registration card with the updated information.
So did I,
I'm
yes.
assuming every registered voter in the county gets something similar. Hold on to that because that's the most accurate info. But if you didn't get one or you already discarded that, I believe if you go to the county's website, to the clerk's office, there's a link to the New Mexico State. I don't know the actual web address off the top of my head, but there's a link there that you can go to the Mexico, and it'll tell you all your voting history, who you registered with, and everything else. But it even goes down to every vote you've made in New Mexico. You can see how you voted, so it's pretty cool. And so you can use that as a resource to check out where you stand as far as your voting status and all that good stuff.
And one of the biggest issues I think that we've come across in door knocking is people don't update their addresses. And so we're going to a door where they no longer live. And, we know they're still voting because they're showing up as an active voter, but
they're voting in wrong precincts and districts because their address is different. Yeah.
And it's important.
Absolutely, yeah, because you're not voting for the people that are technically representing you, especially when you get to the more local elections. You might be voting for the complete opposite city councilor that you should be voting for, or county commissioner, or any of these races. I mean, although in the congressional race, the CD 1, 2, and 3, depending on what part of the city you live in, you're in one of the 3 now.
Right.
Before it was pretty much you're in 2, but now. I got to be honest. I initially thought I was in 1 on this redistricting. I got my card and said, "Oh, I'm in 3."
Yeah.
I actually thought I was in 1. So so it's a hot mess right now on that side. I
don't think that the maps previous to a couple of weeks ago were readily available. I mean, maybe even a month ago. You had no idea really where you felt.
Yeah, I kind of just ballpark guessed in my head. I was like, okay, I think I'm in 1, and then I got my card. Like, oh, look at that, I'm in 3. I need to pay more attention to that race, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the 1 race and I was like, oh, I'm in 3.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's where we're at right now. So please, if you did not vote in the primary yesterday, get registered to vote. If you're already registered, please vote in the general election. And please vote educated and start by coming out to the Chaves County Federated Republic of Women's next meeting, which will be next Wednesday, 11:30? 11:30 at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. To eat and all of that stuff, go ahead and RSVP with the Chaves County Federated Republic of Women. We got to figure out an acronym to say that quick.
You can say CCFRW. That's what we call it. But I mean, even still, that's
not that. That's a mouthful too.
Right.
the Republican women. I don't know, the Chaves County Federated Republic. But if you want to go out to their Facebook page and you can shoot a message or something if you want more information about the meeting or if you want to RSVP. There is a cost if you want to eat, right?
Yes.
What's the cost for all that?
The luncheon is $16.
Okay, which is good food, by the way. If you haven't a chance to try the new digs, the new foods and stuff that are fairs that are being offered at the convention center, give it a try. They know what they're doing. They're pretty good chefs over there, and they got some good food.
And I think we're very fortunate here in Roswell and Chaves County. I mean, $16 might seem a lot to some people, but
you buy anything nowadays?
Yeah. Well, and if you
I paid $15 for a cheesy hamburger about 2 days ago, and it wasn't even a good one. $15.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, up north, at the meetings that other Republican women have, they're paying $25 and $50 for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like it's a deal. And
it actually is in this day and age. I mean, it's just prices are so. Again, you mad about the price of lunch? Vote.
That's funny, yeah.
And like you said, hopefully we'll have Mark Ronchetti as the guest speaker here for. But please mark this second Wednesday. Yes, second
Yeah.
Wednesday. Second Wednesday on your month.
third
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm sorry. The third Wednesday on your month.
Our radio spot is the second.
Yeah,
This
so
is
there
how I
we
try
go.
and keep things straight.
Okay, so mark the third Wednesday of the month on your calendars because that's going to be that Wednesday is going to be the Chaves County Federated Republican Women meetings, and it'll be like this from now through.
Right.
Well, it'll be
We have candidates lined up all the way through
Yeah.
October.
So you get to learn more about each month. It'll could be a congressional race, could be a more local race or something like that. But it's going to be all people running for office, especially when the ladies get an opportunity to get some of your less sexy candidate positions, like state auditor and attorney. But the problem is these are very important positions, very much power, and it's important to understand who you put in those positions.
Right.
But let's face it, they don't get the sexy run
They're
that
not glamorous.
governor gets or House representative or any of those things. But at the end of the day, they do more good or more damage than sometimes the governor does.
Yeah.
You know, so when you get opportunities to meet the people running for attorney general and state auditor and lieutenant governor, these are very important positions that don't get the shine that the other ones do. Please.
A position that's really important that most people don't realize is the land commissioner.
Yeah, very
They
important.
actually hold a lot of say separate from, the actual governor and all that. It's a whole separate power.
A lot of autonomy there on those kind of things.
Yes.
That,
And people don't actually realize that position is kind of, like you said, not very glamorous, and
Sure.
not many people think about it, but it has a lot of power.
yeah, but how many wars start over land? Just saying.
Exactly. Well, mineral rights and
What's
everything.
What's the joke about water? Whiskey's for drinking and water's for fighting or whatever it is. Yeah, it's the same thing.
I've not heard that joke.
So please pay attention to those races too here in
Yeah.
the coming months because
Yeah.
those are very important decisions you're going to make.
And just so we can say we've done our part, November 1st is election day. So
Yes.
make a plan to go vote.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Make a plan right now. Yeah.
Absolutely. Get registered if you have not registered. I don't know exactly when early voting will start, but it'll be usually about a month out. It
Right.
usually start early voting and things like that. It'll be just like yesterday. They're going to have probably 12 dozen different early voting convenience centers throughout the town that day. Usually early voting will be at the clerk's office probably the first couple weeks, and then they'll expand it to usually the mall or something like that about 2 weeks in, and then it'll be just like that. But put it on your, like Margaret's saying, make your plans, get now, and then use this next several months here to
Well, and,
solidify your choices.
The county party will have opportunities to, volunteer. We'll help in that effort. So, every candidate in this race can use volunteers here in Chavez County.
Absolutely.
Yep. So we're calling volunteers right now. If you're listening and you want to see some changes in our state, we need each and every one of you to help us out.
Yeah, definitely rally the troops. I know we had a lot of great people in the community support the various 5 candidates that were for governor here. Well, if your person wasn't the person that ended up winning last night, let's jump on ship for this one and let's rally that support and get it all towards our winner last night, so that there's a fighting chance for an election here in November here where we're getting, because I like I said, I started the show by saying, look, 124,000 Democrats voted yesterday, 116,000 Republicans. It's going to be a dogfight in November.
Yes.
It's no ands. I know people are looking to say, wow, Ron Ketty crushed it last night. Yeah, within his own. Wait till this gets national or gets statewide here.
Yep.
It's going to be a dogfight. Get in there. So, what else? Is there anything else we want to mention? What if people want to get involved with the Chavez County Federated Republican Women as a volunteer? And by the way, you don't have to be a woman.
Right.
To be a Federated Republic. Now you're going to be kind of like an auxiliary, but you can. Men are allowed to participate too.
Right.
We appreciate men.
That's right. We got to list stuff and be told what to do.
Well, we have nearly as many men as we do women come to our meetings. So,
sure.
Just because people do think, oh, it's just for women. No, we have we have men and women,
Sure.
and nearly as many men as we have women.
But this is it's a women-run, controlled organization. That's the mantra of it, and it's kind of like back in the days, you had the boys' parties and the girls' parties, and this is kind of one of those things. But it's integrated as far as who attends, but as far as the actual decision, the leaders, and all that, that's the women.
Yeah, well, and the monthly meetings are very informative. So it is very. It behooves.
Well, the
men to
issues
come
that we're
out.
talking about are family issues.
Yeah.
They're not women issues or men's issues, or these are everybody's issues. So, but yeah, it's a woman-run organization, and the men are kind of the support in this one. That's how it works. So come out and be a part of it. If I'm guessing most of your men are married to a spouse that is part of the
Sometimes.
I'm thinking most of them.
I'm trying to think of any single. We don't have any single, I don't think. But
well, what's interesting is that I look at people that are involved in politics, and generally you have one spouse that's heavily involved, and then you have one that has absolutely no desire to be involved. Well,
At least the public, the voice of that,
You're right.
They may have their opinions to said spouse at home, but not when everyone's standing in the room with them.
Well, what I mean is, for instance, myself, my husband's very involved and knows what's going on in the world and locally and stuff, but he doesn't really have, and plus he works out of town, but he really doesn't have the desire to
He's
go.
not on a stump shouting from the rooftops about
and I look at Christina, and then I look at other people that are involved. You generally have one that's out there and one that, they get drug along a lot.
And it's family roles and things like that, and I'm sure each family's different where, it's just the dynamics that maybe the husband's more focused on something here while you guys are focused on this. And so, all right, it's all the dynamics of a family. We all have our roles and things like that, and it's probably just so happens in some of the Chavez County Federated Republic women where some of the men are doing some of the behind the scenes roles where it's just the dynamics of how it works. That's kind of how I just look at it in a world of we look at the world we live in and it's crazy and this and assigning of roles and this and all is crazy, and I'm like, all right, well, do what you do feel best and all that, but then there's sometimes you look and you want traditional too, because traditional, like when we talk about family values and things like that, you kind of want that regardless of the people in place on insert peg here, you want the love, is everybody getting nurtured, is everybody getting educated, you all want those same things. We just previously we're like, oh, mom's nurturer, therefore mom should be doing these roles, and dad. And I like that. I like the best of both worlds, where you want some tradition there because that's what we as humans crave, but at the same time, I don't want people shouldn't be defined by that either. It's like, no, I'm a woman, therefore I'm a mom. No, not necessarily. I'm a role. I'm a dad. No, not necessarily. You do what you want to do as long as all the check boxes get checked at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How it gets done, whatever.
Yep.
So I think that it's literally a lot of that. And I think we're kind of going into maybe, who knows, the next generations where it's, there isn't any of that. But we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I hope that, I think it's everybody's hope. I've heard it several times over the past several years that I've been involved. Every new chair of the county party, one of the goals of the Republican women is to get younger people involved. And I don't know how we do that. I feel like that's been one of the missions of everybody that's come before us, is to try and do that. But
well, maybe the goal is now, especially since we got the summer months here, obviously age appropriate, but maybe bring your teenage kids to some of these meetings and things, and getting them involved in some of this
interestingly enough, the Chavez County Republican Party has started a I can't remember what they call it, but
Young
it's
Republicans.
A Young Republican.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
Is that
actually,
for like youth or for like 20-something?
I think it's like from voting age up to like 34 or
Okay.
something like that.
I got
so
you.
it's actually in motion.
Okay,
There's
cool.
some things.
So we're
planned
just
on it.
above that age,
Yeah.
where we don't qualify as a young Republican.
I would lie. That's just below. We're almost eligible.
I was like, can you extend it to 38?
21, right in the window.
No, but so I feel like, I don't know. Some of the things that I've noticed, even with my kids, like that college kids that maybe don't really pay attention to a whole lot of things other than like what directly affects them, and I had my daughter who lives in Las Cruces and goes to school there. She's like, this inflation, and I'm like, okay, yes, okay, thank you.
Yeah,
something's making an impression.
Sure. Yeah, you're half happy and half like, what are you talking about at the same time? I just saw the time. We're running out of it.
Oh. Yeah, well, we've gone on.
But please come on out. The next Chaves County Federated Republican Women's Meeting will be 1 week from today, Wednesday, the 15th, 11:30 a.m. at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. If you don't want to eat or nothing, you can just come on out,
absolutely.
right? But if you'd like to have lunch and stuff, it's $16. RSVP through the Chaves County Federated Republican Women's Facebook page. Just shoot a message on there or whatever, and we'll get you in there.
Absolutely.
And, come on out and come here, and just mark it on your calendars. Every Wednesday, the third Wednesday of the month, every Wednesday, come on out 11:30 for the meetings, and it'll be after the election too, but you definitely want to catch these ones leading up to the November general election. So, and of course, if you want to learn more about becoming a member of the Chaves County Federated Republican Women as a volunteer, or if you want to get in on some of, like Mark was saying, on some of the campaigns to volunteer and help out, use the Chaves County Federated Republican Women as that foot in the door to get into some of those campaigns and things. So, very good. Do we get it all?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Mike.
Take a breather before you got to turn into your attentions to the next race here and get a bit of a break before the next round here. So thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Can you go back to bed now, or do you have to go work now?
Yeah.
Sorry,
No.
if she got kids. I know she can't do none of that. But anyway, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, it is 7:56. Let's do a quick. Actually, let's do your Chaves County sports update and Wall Street update. Quick break as well. Don't go away.
Hey, New Mexico. Experiencing issues keeping your office technology up to date with these crazy supply chain issues? Well, DSI is here to help. We've diversified our products and solutions to help your business not just survive, but thrive in any situation. Have your teams collaborate and share with high-def video walls and interactive smart panels. With free unlimited support, the fear of any new technology is a thing of the past. Contact DSI today to upgrade your workspace. www.dsinm.com.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Well, after a couple years off, and we know why, COVID, the Milkman Triathlon was back in Dexter this past Saturday, and we want to wish congratulations to the winners. Gage Bonestrue of Texaco was the top finisher overall. He finished in 1 hour and 3 minutes, 48 seconds, and the top woman finisher was Ashley Donaldson from Lubbock, Texas. She was 13th overall, so that's pretty good. She finished in 1 hour and 15 minutes. This was the 36th annual Milkman Triathlon. Of course, they didn't run it in 2020 or 2021. It involves a 5K swim to start the event, 20K bike race, and then 5-kilometer run to finish things off out at Lake Van. Congratulations to all the participants. The sports report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The World Bank has sharply downgraded its outlook for the global economy, pointing to Russia's war against Ukraine, the prospect of widespread food shortages, and concerns about the potential return of stagflation. That's a toxic mix of high inflation and sluggish growth. The agency predicted Tuesday that the world economy will expand 2.9% this year. That would be down from 5.7% global growth in 2021. The U.S. government's road safety agency is investigating complaints that the fuel-saving stop-start system on some Honda Pilot SUVs can fail to restart. Owners complain that the engine won't restart on its own from a complete stop at a traffic light or intersection with the stop-start feature in use. Some complain that a jump start was needed to get the motor running again. The probe covers nearly 195,000 pilots from the 2016 through 2020 model years. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
This July, Roswell becomes Ground Zero.
I'm Clyde Lewis, and you're listening to Ground Zero.
The International UFO Museum and Research Center, in conjunction with Roswell's Talk FM, are bringing nationally syndicated radio show host Clyde Lewis to Roswell for the 2022 UFO Festival. Clyde will be broadcasting his show Ground Zero live from the International UFO Museum on Friday, July 1st from 8 to 11 p.m. Join Clyde as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident. The truth is out there. For over 40 years, Sierra Blanca Motors here in Roswell have been providing locals with quality vehicles and are committed to providing you quality vehicles and service for many years to come. No sales gimmicks, no inflated pricing, just a quality pre-owned vehicle listed at retail pricing or less. Have a used vehicle to sell? Get top trade-in value or an amazing cash offer today. Let Danny or Jose provide you a great car buying experience. Call 575-622-7907 or stop by Sierra Blanca Motors at 720 South Main Street in Roswell. Se habla español.
He said someone scrawled, "Jane was here" on the suburban Buffalo Medical Building, which he said referred to a pro-abortion group known as Jane's Revenge. Compass Care says pro-life services will resume Wednesday at an undisclosed location. Hardin says the pregnancy center and others like it have received threats since the leaked draft opinion that suggests the U.S. Supreme Court is poised to overturn Roe v. Wade. Keith Peters reporting.
Russia is closer to its goal of fully capturing Ukraine's eastern industrial heartland.
Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu says Moscow's forces hold nearly all of Luhansk province, and it appears that Russia now occupies roughly half of Donetsk province, according to Ukrainian officials and military analysts. While Russia has superior firepower, Ukrainian defenders are entrenched and have shown the ability to counter-attack. On Tuesday, President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russian forces had made no significant advances in the eastern Donbass region over the past day. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
On Wall Street, stocks have turned mixed. Right now, the Dow is down 102 points, and the S&P is off 7, but the Nasdaq trading 37 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 3388 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 3388. Enjoy.
Amazon says it prevented 4 billion bad listings from making it onto its site and got rid of more than 3 million phony products last year.
In its second annual report, Amazon says it blocked 10 billion listings and got rid of 2 million phony products. The Seattle-based e-commerce company says it also saw a decrease in complaints of intellectual property infringement in 2021, while growing the number of active brands on its site. Counterfeit sellers have long plagued Amazon and other e-commerce retailers, including eBay.
That's correspondent Jeremy House. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman has met with her counterparts from South Korea and Japan, emphasizing the U.S. commitment to defend its allies and trilateral security cooperation to confront an accelerating nuclear threat from North Korea, which is apparently gearing up for its first nuclear test in about 5 years. News and analysis, townhall.com. Saying that his leg needs more time to heal, Tiger Woods is withdrawn from next week's U.S. Open.
Woods broke bones in his right leg and ankle in a car crash outside Los Angeles in February 2021. He made a surprise return at the Masters in April, just 14 months after the crash, and then played at the PGA Championship at Southern Hills in May. While Woods made the cut and played the weekend at both, he was limping badly on Saturday at Southern Hills and withdrew after the third round. In a posting on social media, Woods said he hopes to be ready to play in a charity Pro-Am event in Ireland ahead of the British Open at St. Andrews next month. I'm Mike Gracia.
NASA will launch a research rocket from remote northern Australia this month, the agency's first launch from a commercial spaceport outside the United States. It's all about location. The launch site was chosen because it's in the southern hemisphere and close to the equator. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
Deuces.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday. Hope it's a good one.
The dust has settled.
Yes, it has. Thank you for Sean for filling in for me yesterday. Appreciate
Not
that.
a problem.
Doing better today.
So I was wondering something on the way in. How many people do you think got confused and accidentally voted for Ron Ketty when they were trying to vote for Zanetti? I mean, how many people do you think fell for the rhyme scheme?
Maybe. I don't know.
But congratulations to the winner, Mark Ronchetti. I was thinking about it, I was like, that's very weird that we had such closely rhyming names running against each other.
Yeah. If we only had a guy with last name Spaghetti, then we could have had them all in there, you know? So.
Goozanetti?
Zanetti. Yeah, I like it. I feel like it would start sounding like the cast of Police Academy or something.
It's really starting to sound like an Italian menu. You got your Ronchetti, you got your Zanetti.
Yeah. And plus, I've been watching The Offer a lot lately, so now I'm full blown into Italian mode.
Oh, sure.
Italian. Go for some pasta right now. Well, happy Wednesday.
Yes.
Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's good. It's going to be. They're saying there's a chance of rain today.
That's what I'm hearing. Hopefully that rain will hold off just a little bit because I'm trying to work out a mini swim afternoon with the kids.
Ah.
Yeah.
In the outdoor pool?
Around lunch break, yeah, I'm going to try to take them over for just a couple
you'll
minutes.
be fine because our rain chances, allegedly, are afternoon today.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Good.
And it's only 20 during the day, 40 tonight. So maybe not swim in the evening.
Yeah.
Or go in, take it indoors.
A sunset swim. Although that is fun. It's not something you can really pull off very often because the pool doesn't stay open that late, but it is fun. You know, going swimming right when the sun's going down. Magic hour.
Back in the day, Boy Scouts out on the lake and everything. It'd be fun.
We had for like a year, for like 2 good summers. We had an above ground pool. It was awesome. I loved that pool. It was great to just have a place you can go, afternoon and be like, I'm going to go for a quick swim. It was a nightmare to maintain.
I bet.
A nightmare.
Yeah,
constantly
pH levels and all that other stuff.
Yeah, shocking it on a consistent. Like we maintained the thing more than we used the thing.
Yeah,
so.
That's generally the thing with pools, isn't it? I don't know. I've never owned a pool.
It was not. That's why when people are like, "Oh, I'm going to get a pool," I'm like, "All right, you're going to get a pool boy. You're going to need a pool boy."
My brother has a pool.
Yeah,
and he does work himself, but he has a guy that comes. Like,
is he married?
I don't know. My brother?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's married.
Because you always hear about the pool boy. Did he hire like an overweight, like schlubby looking pool boy?
Well, I'm assuming when the kids are of age, they're the pool boys,
right?
But for the meantime, but he does a lot himself. I know that,
Sure.
But he has a guy that comes.
A lot of people
a scheduled amount of times to do cleaning or something.
Right.
So.
A lot of people use it. It's like a hobby. I mean, it's definitely it'll fill your time. You know, you gotta maintain the thing.
Yeah.
And it was very much like my father-in-law at the time. It was very much his passion project.
Yeah. And my brother, he has a lot of money and time into that, but they love it and they use it. So it's God bless them. I mean, I think it's only a bad thing if you don't use the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if your family enjoys it and you use it, and then it's money well spent.
And I will tell you this, because what people don't think about with above ground pools is once that pool has lived its life, the disposal of said above ground pool. There is nothing on the planet more satisfying than taking a buck knife to the side of an above ground pool that's been the bane of your existence for 2 years and just slicing the crap out of the thing and watching it just bleed out. Oh, that's satisfying. Feels good, man.
I don't know. I guess I watched too many Funniest Home Videos growing up because there were so many videos of people busting those pools.
Oh, yeah.
Like playing in them.
Well,
or
that's the thing. Back in the day, like the Dutch boys from back in the day, there was just like a tarp inside of some metal.
Yeah.
Now they put some quality into it. There's like real legit vinyl. Like it's hard to bust through those things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I think I'd want to do that, like crash an ATV into it or something.
You could like Michael Phelps off the side of one of those above ground pools now and not even like crack it.
All right. Challenge accepted.
There you go.
Do you have a above ground pool, Roy?
5.
Or above it or below ground or any ground pool?
It's overseas.
Overseas you have a pool?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. What?
I don't know.
He walked in.
Are you just saying words? What do we do?
Roy walked in. Pardon the rhyme scheme, but Roy walked in so coy, like he had something, but he didn't have something.
I thought he did too. I thought he was going to contribute to the pool thing.
Well, no. Speaking of rhymes, I thought of a joke.
Okay.
So you've heard of Elf on a Shelf. But now here's Ronchetti on top of a Zanetti.
Aha.
That don't sound right.
It really doesn't.
Well, I mean,
you should go back to the
okay. Ronchetti on some Zanetti.
Because he won. That's what I meant.
Good. Thank you, Roy.
One of the things I used to love about Opie and Anthony is when someone would come in with something that would just derail everything, they would play the sound of a car crash. We need the car crash sound effect. We really, really do.
Yeah, that just happened.
I've been a big proponent of getting a soundboard for this morning show for a long time.
I would do it if I just wasn't too lazy to do it.
I understand. Give me a screen, man. I'll run a soundboard. Most of the shows I grew up listening to that I love have a guy who is like responsible for drops.
Yeah, you could be my Fred Norris.
I mean, I'm down.
I grew up listening to Stern, so to me in my head, that guy's Fred Norris.
And mine is currently it's Lou Witzke.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was what was his name? Brian. It was just Brian. He was the drop guy.
Yeah. They had some winners too. I mean, groaners, but oh man, were they funny sometimes. But anyway, yeah, you can get more trouble with those things than actual saying words.
You absolutely can.
Let me give you the rundown for this hour. We're going to replay one of Sean's interviews, actually.
Ooh,
Sean had a conversation with John LeMay yesterday talking about his new book.
Overseas?
I don't know. I heard pool, and I just you were saying overground.
I appreciate the
above ground pool.
It took me a second to figure out what he was saying. Above ground pool is overseas.
Now I got it. That was the joke.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Either he's way advanced for us.
Here's the
I'm not
thing.
sure. I haven't figured out which yet.
I'm like midway here, and he's like up here. So it took me a second to kind of get on his level.
I just caught that. So either he's a genius and I'm an idiot.
That's what it is. No,
or vice versa. I'm
we
not
just
sure
don't
which.
see it. He's a visionary. He's the Andy Kaufman of this morning show.
We'll get Tanner.
Thank you very much.
So Tanner and him together, Hard R and Vision.
Hard R and Vision.
We got our own Marvel team. Hard R and Vision.
Oh, there's something I can't ever say on the radio. Television. Oh,
I like
great.
it. Can you encrust a jewel in your forehead?
There was a rapper that actually did that. He like embedded a jewel, like a diamond.
Oh, yeah?
It was like a $10 million diamond. He embedded it into his forehead. He had it taken out eventually. I'm pretty sure it was just annoying.
I'm surprised someone didn't beat him up and take it.
Right? I feel like that's just asking for it. You need security detail on you 24/7.
Right? I mean, what happened? Or at least while you're sleeping.
Mhm.
Someone's trying to lift it off your forehead. Something.
Well, like
you know?
pull it out?
Yeah. Is it temporary? Can it come out? Or is it always there?
I mean, I was surgically removed, so it was embedded. Like it was
I didn't
really
know if
in
it
there.
popped in out like a glass eye or something.
I would hope, because you think you'd want to clean the thing.
Yeah, I'd make a socket or
Right.
something so you can at least, yeah.
I imagine it gets kind of nasty.
What if you
to
get a new one or swap out colors?
Right,
or
you want to
something?
upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels like you're committing too much.
Or maybe you want to make it attachments. Maybe it's there, but
Hmm?
like when you don't need it, maybe you can put like a reading lamp or something right there. So when you read books, just like a little lamp.
Utility, I like it. I like it. I'm
a
going
Swiss arm.
spelunking this weekend. I'm going to pop in the light.
Yeah, maybe you can make a snorkel or something,
Yeah.
attachment. You can do the whole thing.
Right? Vape.
Right? A drink holder.
Dude, I can't tell. This is totally off topic, but I cannot tell you as a kid, and even now today, how much it's easily attainable. I've always wanted one of those hats with the two like cup holder things and the straw. I've like since childhood, I've always wanted one of those.
I feel like that's a goal you can achieve.
It really is.
I feel like it's not that hard to achieve.
It's a back of my mind like goal, but it's like I always kind of wanted a hat like
I
that.
feel like a quick Amazon search will get you there.
Yeah, I'm not Thomas. That's the thing. My money goes towards like food and rent. I don't have money for fancy drink holder hats.
Well, your birthday's in what, July?
August.
So summer's coming,
Saying.
folks. Let's get the man a beer drinking hat.
Let's make it happen. Make a man's dreams come true, all right?
The one with the good straws.
It'd be hella handy in Vegas, I'm just saying.
Don't get him the cheap one with the not. Get him the legit, the real McGillicuddy with the good straws.
Dude, I want to go full-blown tourist, like flowered button-down shirt with a camera around the neck because nobody uses cameras anymore.
This is true.
Like I'm talking like a disposable on a string.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Can you get a hold of one?
A fanny pack. I'm gonna try.
Do they make them still?
Some khaki shorts. Like
don't forget sunglasses with sunscreen on the nose.
Sunscreen here and here.
Yeah, the big
Yep.
white cream on the nose.
Yep.
Yeah.
A big like the Gilligan hat with the sunglasses on top. Still wearing my glasses.
Yeah. You said fanny pack, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, dude.
I'd also go with shorts.
Yeah.
Tube socks to knee level.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And flip flops.
Uh-huh.
With the socks
and binoculars.
Right. Well, no, the camera's already going to be there. So.
Yeah.
Well, no, camera and binoculars.
Oh,
a double situation.
Even more cumbersome.
I like it. See, now I feel like I'm just doing cosplay from the dude from Salute Your Shorts.
One other accent piece you need is a couple of colored plastic bands to put around your wrist. Just several random ones that mean various organizations.
And I'm thinking like a Casio calculator watch.
Swatch watch. Man, I got to be honest. I think in my lifetime, the biggest fad to fade to glory in the shortest amount of time has to be the Swatch watch.
It really did boom and then fade right away.
Because it was to a point where you weren't even remotely cool unless you had one.
Mm-hmm.
And then like one day it went from that to you're a fool.
Yeah,
if you got one.
how dare you wear a Swatch?
Like there was a hot moment where if you wore like 3 Swatch watches, you were like baller number one.
Right. You're like, time zones. That doesn't even make sense.
And then a few short months later, people were Googling and snickering at you. So I don't know what happened in the Swatch watch world, but
it's fun to say.
Yeah. Like my wife, to this day, in a drawer at our house, owns a Mark Spitz autographed Olympic Swatch watch.
Wow.
That she got from something.
That's a valuable Swatch watch.
And so, I don't know, but yeah, sitting in a drawer, I don't know if one day she's going to think, like, bust out, it's going to be worth $1 million or something, but I'm just like, yeah, so we own a Swatch watch.
An autographed Spitz Swatch watch. That's, I mean, you should at least take it to like an Antiques Roadshow.
Well, it's my wife's Swatch watch, so I don't know what to do with
There's some dude just showing off like Victorian, like China on one table. I have it's a Swatch watch circa 1987. And it's autographed by Mark Spitz.
There you go. Swatch watch.
What does a Swatch part mean?
It was the company's name.
It was a Swiss
Swatch.
time keeping company. The whole thing was watches at the time were like hella expensive. You got your Rolexes, your quality timepieces. They came out with
the Iron
Casio.
Man.
Yeah,
the Iron Man,
the Iron Man,
Timex Iron Man.
They came out with a simple design watch. It was a Swiss manufactured watch company, so it was a quality timepiece, but it was cheap, and they had a bunch of like designs.
A lot of colors and
a cardboard, like a piece of cardboard behind the watch face, and like 100 different designs. That was the Swatch watch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was very popular, and kids and adults were having.
It basically faded the same time that like hypercolor tees went out.
Yeah, yeah. But it was hard. Like you were it if you had one, and then it went from that to ridiculous overnight.
Mm-hmm.
It was just very, very, very. I've never seen a fad or a trend like burn that hot that quick and go out so quick.
I've seen fidget spinners.
Yeah, but I don't even think
quick.
I don't think those got to the level of Swatch watches.
I think they did.
I mean, there was commercials, there was people. It was like
it was a different time, but also you have to remember that social media took hold of fidget spinners, and everybody had fidget spinner videos for a while.
I guess you know what? The Swatch watch didn't have the luxury of the internet to hype it.
That's true,
and that's what makes it seem more.
Can you imagine
revolutionary?
Can you imagine what the advent of the internet would do for the Swatch watch?
Oh, I know.
Oh man, I think it would blow up.
It would have probably had like a 50-second. It would have been like, I got a Swatch watch. Oh, that's not cool. That was so 30 seconds ago.
Right.
Didn't yo-yos come back around like
they did
2016 for a second there?
It wouldn't. Well, they came back when I was in high school in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And
the 90s.
But they were super hot then because like they had like the clutches, like you could make
yo-yos are reciprocal. They're They're one of those toys that every decade or every other you got that? Every other decade or so, it kind of comes back into the lexicon of popularity.
You know what I wish would come back? Do you remember those like the wheel on the thing, and I think they call it like a spinning whirly dervish or whatever. Those were so much fun.
Yeah.
Those should come back.
No, see, I got the cheaper version, the ping pong paddle with the ball on the rubber band.
I could never make those work.
I was actually pretty good for it a little bit. I could steadily, a lot of practice, but a lot of hours sitting in a room with nothing to do when I did that.
Ball in a cup?
Yeah, I had that. It was a fancy version. It was a cup with a little handle, like a brush handle.
Oh, okay.
And then you had the cup on the string, and you had to like get it up.
Ball in a cup, ball in a cup. It's a ball in a cup.
Yeah, I feel like that's something you're not supposed to search for on the internet.
No, I wouldn't recommend it.
All right, we got to play that interview, so I probably should. It's only about 20 minutes, but probably should play
man.
Yeah. So before we do anything else, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A stationary front over eastern New Mexico may bring us a few showers or thunderstorms by this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be sunny and hot. Our highs between 95 and 100. Might get a shower overnight and down to the upper 60s and low 70s. And then plenty of sunshine coming up on Thursday. We'll heat up into the upper 90s, sunny and low 100s Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, let me scroll up here. Currently 74 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 68% with winds calm at the moment. We do have a 20% chance at some showers and thunderstorms for this afternoon. They're saying mainly after 3. They're saying some of these storms could be severe if we get some in the area with large hail, damaging winds. Partly cloudy, 95 for a high today, which is actually cooler than days ahead. Winds will be out of the east, 10 to 15 this morning, 15 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour later today. We're looking at a 40% chance at showers and thunderstorms tonight, mainly before midnight. Once again, some of these storms could be severe with large hail and damaging winds. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 66 degrees and winds out of the north 5 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, rain chances dissipate, but the heat starts coming back. Sunny or partly cloudy. Hot, 97 for a high. Winds out of the northeast, 5 to 10 in the morning, 10 to 15 for tomorrow afternoon. Friday, sunny, 104 for a high. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And more hot for the weekend. Sunny, 106 on Saturday. Sunny, 107 on Sunday. And 107 when you head back to work Monday of next week. So hotness continues. All right, it is 8:23. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then on the other side of the break, we're going to play our interview we had yesterday. Sean interviewed John LeMay, talking about his book, talking about a little bit about the Historical Society's book fair they got coming up, all that good stuff. So that's up next. Don't go away.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you could call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Do you have what it takes to be a champion? Country Club Road Church of Christ presents Champion VBS, June 6th through the 10th, from 9 to 11:30 a.m. for ages 3 years old through 6th grade. Explore the excitement of leading others to a relationship with Jesus from some of the best loved passages of Scripture, and with a team of some of the world's fastest animals, you'll learn how to be a champion with practice, perseverance, and a little sweat. Skits, crafts, music, Bible stories, snacks, lunch, and more, including a free t-shirt. Find out more and register at ccrcoc.com. Champion VBS, June 6th through the 10th at Country Club Road Church of Christ. Open to ages 3 years old through 6th grade at the corner of Washington and Country Club Road in Roswell. Learn more and register now at ccrcoc.com.
Are you tired of the endless spiral of medications that mostly are there to treat the side effects of other medications you take? Many medical providers are quick to prescribe medication without looking for healthier treatment options. At Roswell Medical Clinic, we practice functional medicine, which looks for ways to treat your illness with healthier lifestyle changes and fewer pills. At Roswell Medical Clinic, our providers will take the time to explore treatment options that include lifestyle changes and don't necessarily rely on more prescriptions. Call Roswell Medical Clinic today to schedule your appointment at 575-623-3311 or stop by our clinic at 111 West Hobbs in Roswell. Roswell Medical Clinic. Don't wait for an illness to start valuing your wellness.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
This morning is Mr. John LeMay. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, Sean. It was a nice surprise to see you here. You're a lot easier on the eyes than Mike, so this should be a nicer chat.
Well, thank you. I keep my ugly side on the backside. Oh. That's where I store it. But I was, again, it was dropped in my lap because I thought I was talking Juneteenth this morning, so I was going to have you just give us a whole dissertation about what you know about Juneteenth, but I won't put you on the spot. We're here to talk about, well, first of all, your new book. This is awesome. We're going to talk about this coming up here in just a minute. But let's just chat real quick about the book fair that's coming up with the Historical Society.
Yeah, so on July 9th, we're going to have another book fair / book launch.
Okay.
So we've had several donations over the past few months of historical titles. So the past book fairs have been really great for our archives because people have learned that they can give us books and that we will either sell them to, kind of help with our operating costs. And if they're books that we don't already have, we'll put them in our library. So, So each book fair, our library grows and gets bigger. And then we get to, sell titles to people that are out of print that they want. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Sure.
And again, so that's going to be July 9th from about 10 a.m. to 12 noon.
Okay.
And so Donna Blake Burchell will be with me. And what's happened with Donna is she has this really popular book called Haunted Hotels and Ghostly Getaways.
Sure.
Yeah, New Mexico. And so Arcadia, the publisher, they hired a children's writer to take her book and adapt it for really young readers.
Okay.
So Donna did write it, but she didn't write it. You know what I mean?
She ghost wrote it.
Good one.
See
Good
what
one.
you did there?
Exactly.
Very cool. Okay, so it's kind of an adaptation of her work and her research that's kind of being told in maybe a less spooky way for some young minds.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that. I was like, why didn't they just have her do it? But I was like, children's books are so touchy. They probably have to have a degree, and like they have to know you can't use this word or that word or say this or that. So they have to get like a quote unquote professional to do it. Although I'm sure Donna could have done it just as well.
It's a minefield you got to navigate these days. So, but that's very cool. So Don will be on hand with you at the book fair, and you mentioned it's a launch. So, is this officially the launch of your new book?
Yeah, it's the launch of my new book. It's my first novel. It's called The Noted Desperado Pancho Dumes. A lot of people say Dumes, but you got to say it like Ricardo Montalban with a Z. Dumes.
Dumes, yes.
Yeah.
The Noted Desperado Pancho Dumes. Very, very cool. So this is your first novel.
Yeah, and in a way, it's my first book ever.
Okay.
I mean, it's only now getting published, but so I did my first Arcadia book back in 2008 when I was 22, but I started writing that book 3 years before that when I was 19. And I'm 36 now, so that's like almost half my life. I've been working on it off and on.
Okay.
It's one of those things where I would think I finished it. I'd have like a working draft, and then I'd put it away for a little while. I'd reread it, and I'd be like, no, that's terrible. So then I'd redo it, and I mean, it's basically always been the same concept, but just refined over many, many years. So
okay, so tell us a little about the story.
So the story, okay, for adult readers, what I would liken it to is if anybody's ever read Clive Cussler's Dirt Pit series.
Okay.
Where he'll take a historical event that was, it's a real historical event, but then he'll weave a fictional narrative around it.
Sure.
Like most people probably know, if anything, they know the movie Sahara with Matthew McConaughey.
Right. With
I
can't think of the other actor's name. But yeah,
Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn, that's the one. Yeah. Yep.
So Clive Cussler took the real story of a missing Civil War battleship and how it disappeared, and he found a way for it to get all the way into the Sahara Desert in Africa and made a really interesting story out of something that might have happened. Well, in my case, what intrigued me was the story of Billy the Kid's stolen tombstone.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is really what happened. This is the real historical facts.
Right.
So, in 1950, everybody has heard about this guy, Brushy Bill Roberts. Mm-hmm. He pops up. He claims that he's Billy the Kid. He wants to have a meeting with the current New Mexico governor to get the pardon he felt he deserved way back in the 1870s.
Right.
And so on his tour of New Mexico, he goes through Fort Sumner and he looks at his grave where he says, I'm here, I'm alive. That grave's got an imposter in it. But what's really interesting is about a month later, that tombstone was stolen. And I should clarify for people, I'm not talking about the big giant headstone that has like the 3 names on it, because there's one for all 3. This is a little footstone.
Okay.
At the bottom, it's a lot smaller. Because obviously, I mean, you can't imagine somebody lifting that big headstone.
Right. So it's at least a team lift at best.
Yeah. So we're talking about the little footstone.
Okay.
It's kind of got a rectangular top. It's really cool. It's got 21 bullets on it. Really cool little footstone. But it was stolen like right after his visit in 1950, within a month. And what really tops it off is it was found 26 years later, so 1976 in Granbury, Texas. And what's intriguing about Granbury is it's very near where Brushy Bill lived and died.
Really?
And not only that, also living in Granbury was a guy who claimed he was Jesse James, named J. Frank Dalton. Mm-hmm. Also living there was a guy who claimed he was John Wilkes Booth after he was supposed to be dead.
So it was just a town full of imposters.
It
basically.
was, yeah. So that's such a strange thing, and nobody knows what the connection is there. In real life, it's just a coincidence.
Right.
But I thought, that really has the makings of an interesting story.
Absolutely.
And then the other historical detail that intrigued me was there's a Texas folklorist named J. Frank Dobie, who's not really, he's from the 1940s and the 30s, so he's kind of fading into obscurity except for people that are really into history.
Right.
But I really like his books, and he did a chapter one time on a different Billy the Kid imposter. And this one was way more interesting than Brushy Bill. This one's name was Walk Along Smith.
Okay.
And Walk Along Smith was a treasure hunter who had supposedly, right before he died, he supposedly found the location of the Lost Adams diggings.
Huh.
And the Lost Adams, is basically New Mexico's most famous treasure story. It's a classic Western.
Right.
Took place 1860s. These miners all found a hidden canyon of gold. The Apaches came in, totally massacred all of them except for this one named Adams, hence the name The Lost Adams. But again, so this Walk Along Smith guy, allegedly he found the location of the Lost Adams and then he dropped dead. And after he dropped dead, people said, well, he was also really Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid faked his death with the help of Pat Garrett, and he went looking for the Lost Adams diggings. And so that kind of fired my imagination too. So I was like, let's conglomerate Brushy Bill and Walk Along Smith.
Okay.
So I've basically made up my own Billy the Kid imposter.
Kind of an amalgamation of these two stories into your own imposter.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's something interesting too, because in today's day and age, obviously it's nothing but a simple Google search. You're not who you say you are, but obviously in the Old West, you couldn't just pop into even like a local library and look stuff up. So I mean, tall tales like this, had to have permeated the Old West.
Oh yeah. And it's even thought that Brushy Bill Roberts, instead of being Billy the Kid, was actually one of Billy the Kid's friends named Jesse Evans.
Okay.
And Jesse Evans knew nobody remembered his name. And he was like, I could just pretend to be my friend the Kid and get all this attention and maybe make some money. That's a theory, So I thought that was funny.
You gotta wonder, what does a desperado do after they retire?
Yeah.
You start a book deal? A book tour?
Not back then. I think back then they were worried they would still get arrested and locked up.
I would think, it's like the story of Bonnie and Clyde, for example. You're going out in a blaze of glory. There's no retirement after this.
Yeah.
You're on an adventure, but this is the last one. So
yeah. And that begs the question, though, like, why did Brushy Bill come forward if he's worried about getting arrested? He said he wanted his pardon, but really, if you're worried about it, you just stay hidden.
Right.
So, but yeah, I made up my own Billy the Kid imposter. I thought it's kind of a play on his name. I call him Tumbleweed Williams just because I thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, so that's the backbone of the story.
Very cool. I always wondered, like, how someone, gets the moniker of like a walk along.
Yeah, I think he walked everywhere.
How do you earn walk along? I guess I'd be Mosey Smalls.
Yeah,
I go places. I don't go anywhere fast. So I'm just saunter Smalls.
Yeah.
Like that. So okay, so this is going to be launched at the book fair July 9th. It's going to be from 10 to noon, and you'll be on hand. You can sign copies of the book and give people an idea of what the story's about.
Yeah, so the book is set in 1976 when the tombstone is actually returned to Fort Sumner.
Okay.
And the way I manipulated the story is that the tombstone is a clue in finding the Lost Adams diggings, and that's why they have to steal it. So, like, I have a scene where the main character has to steal the tombstone in the middle of Fort Sumner's tombstone race, which is a real thing. Fort Sumner, because the tombstone has been stolen so many times, they have a literal tombstone race.
Okay.
And so, my thinking in plotting this book was kind of like, what would happen to Indiana Jones if he was in, New Mexico? And Indiana Jones, I like their action scenes because they're kind of funny and unique. So I thought, okay, he's got to steal the real tombstone during the tombstone race, which has all these duplicates, floating around. So, like, that's a scene in the book. And the Zozobra Festival is in the book just because, it's a pretty cool, unique thing. It's where they burn that giant puppet in Santa Fe.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like all your bad luck. You throw like bad documents in there to be burned. And so in the book, one of their clues to finding, whatever is this document, and it accidentally gets sent to get burned up in Zozobra. So they have to get it out before it does. So stuff like that.
It just got me thinking, just like tons of backwards executives just showing up at Zozobra, just like burning documentation.
You certainly could. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to hide information from the tax man or something like that, just come on up to Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Burn it off. Send it up to the gods. That's kind of a cool concept. So it feels like it sounds like the story itself is rooted a lot in New Mexico culture in history here in southeastern Mexico specifically. And I guess that largely takes from your time here and getting into the culture and the history.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the problem was when I was writing it, I just seen National Treasure where they have the map on the Declaration. I was like, well, what do we have here that could be similar? And I think that's when the tombstone came in, the lost atoms and all that. But
I like that as you know, as an author, you can borrow from those different areas that you've taken inspiration from.
Yeah,
that's a really cool concept. So the noted desperado Pancho Dumas, it's going to be premiering at the book fair at the Historical Society there at the archive building, correct? Next to the Historical Society. Okay, and that's from 10 to noon. It's right over there on basically at the corner of 2nd and Lee Street, little back set on Lee. Now, where can folks find the book outside of the book fair?
You can get it like right now today on Amazon.com.
Okay.
And if you can't remember the title, you probably remember my name. You can just type my name in, look at my author page, and you'll find it. But truthfully, if you really want the book, it would be better for me if you bought it right now on Amazon, because it'll shoot my sales rank up, and then more people, it'll get recommended to other people.
It's pushed up on the page.
So I would actually prefer you buy it from Amazon, then bring it to me and I can sign it. But there's going to be a lot of people just show up at the book fair that won't know it exists. And yeah, but yeah, it really does help me more if you just buy it on Amazon, really with any of my books, except for like the local history titles that you can get at the Historical Museum, because that also helps them. But
but if you want to help the author out specifically, buy on Amazon and then bring your copy of the book to the book fair, and he'll be glad to sign it for you and talk a little bit about the story. That's a really cool idea that that you're taking from history and kind of making it your own story.
Yeah.
So this is basically your life's work essentially. You put it's kind of like the first I'm trying to think, the first Van Halen album, how they kind of put everything into it. So where's album number 2? What do you got?
Yeah.
What do you got in the canon next? What's coming from the John LeMay canon?
Well, so, like I said, I started that book when I was 19. I'm 36 now. I always had a lot of trouble with that first book, but I liked the characters, so I would always come up with more ideas for them.
Okay.
And I've come up with so many ideas. I think I'll do 21 books because, there's that association with Billy the Kid and the number 21.
Sure.
And it sounds like a lot, but actually I think it's probably not enough. I literally have so many ideas.
Now, is this a story that number one needs or requires continuation, and also is it one that you want to continue as far as like the characters and kind of the story, the setting, the universe itself?
Yeah, it's something that I want to continue, but it's not like the Marvel stuff where they're kind of different and you have to read them to understand them. I mean, there's nothing you need to read before this one to understand it.
It's like a Poirot almost. Like each story is it's self-sustaining and tells a story, but knowing the characters and the backstory, it kind of makes it a more rich experience.
Yeah, and like my idea is to do trilogies, to do 7 trilogies, which will make 21 total.
Sure.
But what's going to make them unique is instead of going forwards, they're going to go backwards. So like my second book is set in 1950 when the tombstone actually gets stolen.
Okay.
And you'll learn everything the characters talked about in 1976 didn't really happen that way, because that's how history is. We talk about it, and
it's
then
handed down and changed as it goes. The telephone game, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's almost like a prequel, but also kind of reestablishing the history of what happened.
Yeah, and then the final book in that particular trilogy will be in 1881, and you'll see did Billy the Kid really die? What happened when he found the Adams diggings? All that stuff.
That's the actual the culmination of the whole story.
Yeah.
Of all these imposters kind of coming into the fold.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Awesome. So the noted desperado Pancho Dumas. That's going to be released officially, world premiered at the book fair at the Archive Building, July 9th from 10 to noon. Is going to be there alongside Donna Blake Burchell, showing off her haunted sites of New Mexico. So that's an awesome opportunity. But again, if folks, if you're cleaning out your closets, you just wrapped up spring cleaning, you came across a few books that maybe the book or the Historical Society's never seen before. Maybe it's something from your family's history. Bring it down and put it in the archives. Maybe put it up for sale. And it's a great chance to meet John, to meet Donna, and really kind of dive into the history of southeastern New Mexico. It's a rich tapestry.
Yeah,
it's astonishing how deep the history goes here in southeastern New Mexico. We're right in the backyard of it.
Yeah,
you go up to Capitan or up the hill to Lincoln. You dive into all the history of Billy the Kid. Stuff that I never even knew about. I moved to southeastern New Mexico a little later in life, so I wasn't immersed in the history of Billy the Kid. People are always like, "Oh, you didn't go on the tour?
You didn't go to the museum when you were in 4th grade? You didn't go up to Lincoln? No, I didn't grow up here, so I didn't know any of that stuff. But I'm playing catch up. And books like this and places like the Historical Society are a great chance for people like me to kind of play catch up and get caught up on the history of things.
Yeah, and actually, you gave me a good opportunity to mention something else, which is I work with C. Roswell every once in a while to do little short historical videos. They're anywhere from like 10 to 1 minute long.
Sure.
And they just give a brief historical overview. I mean, they're supposed to be for tourists coming into town. Like you click a spot on the map and you get the history of the Chisholm statue, or the POW camp. But I mean, if you're local, you'll learn a minute's worth of history, as well. So I think again, those are just on the C. Roswell app.
Okay. Yeah. So you just download the C. Roswell app, and then those will be waiting for you. Very cool. Very cool. Well, you're a historical mind, and definitely one that we want to tap into as much as possible. So keep up the great work.
Thank you.
This is awesome. The noted desperado Pancho Dumez. You can get that on Amazon right now. Matter of fact, go to wafbmuseum.org, click the Amazon Smile link, then go buy John LeMay's book. Not only you're helping out John LeMay, you're also helping out the Walker Aviation Museum.
Cool.
So we're a little hand in hand there. Cool. But yeah, get your book on Amazon. Bring it out to the book fair on July 9th, 10 to noon. And John will be glad to sign it for you, personalize it, and tell you a little bit about his process.
And the book too. Just so everybody knows, it's for teenagers or adults.
Okay.
Yeah, because the main character is a teenager, but it's written at an adult level.
So a little saltier language, maybe not.
No. I mean, so when I say adult, I think what I really mean is it's intelligent. It's not like dumbed down.
Well, I'll tell you this. I opened up just to one random beginning of a chapter, and I'm gonna try to find it real quick. And it just said me and Dingus. And I'm like, okay, now I need to know. I'm trying to find which chapter I opened up on. But
Dingus is his cousin. So,
okay. Well, Dingus was my nickname in high school.
Okay, cool.
Here it is. 2 hours and a few mistakes later, there me and Dingus were barreling down the hallways of Pat Garrett High with the baby Billy Goat. Things had gone mostly to plan, except for it took longer to get to Pat Garrett than we planned. It goes on from there. Yeah. Folks, if you want the story, right here it is. The noted desperado Pancho Dumez. Get your copy on Amazon. Bring it out to the book fair. John will sign it, personalize it for you, and it's just an awesome chance to get to know a local author.
Yeah,
John, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate having you.
Enjoyed it.
Keep it up, man. 21's that's a high bar to set, but if anybody can do it, I think you got it in.
I've already written 36, so 21 more shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, and I'm also thoroughly depressed at the fact that you're a well-written author. You have so many different books under your belt. And in this interview, I learned that you're a year younger than me. So I'm going to go over to the other room and cry for a minute. That's depressing. What have I done with my life? John, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Sean.
We appreciate having you here, and keep up the good work.
Its hand-crank taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at Smokey's Country Market in Capitan and all Farmers Country Markets. It's been a long, cold, boring winter, and children in neighborhoods everywhere are waiting to hear those magical words. The pool's open! Summer weather has finally rolled around. Make sure your pool is ready. Preparing and maintaining your pool for summer the right way will create a season full of smiles instead of headaches and make your life much easier. Soft Swim, the chlorine-free sanitizing system by BioGuard, only at Mays Lumber Company.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
Is there anything worse than waking up tired from a sleepless night and walking outside to that 100-degree weather? That burst of heat just makes you feel even more tired. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental, and we are the experts in sleep apnea oral appliances. We can help you get the quality sleep you've been missing without that bulky face mask. Wake up refreshed and ready to enjoy those big summer plans. Let us help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental in Roswell or call 622-4455.
You know what happens in the spring. It's cleanup time. And AC&B, HF Sinclair, Navajo Refining, and the Boy Scouts are at it again to help clean up our community. The Scouts will come to your house and haul off items that you need to dispose of and have no way of hauling. The dates for pickup are May 28th, June 4, and June 11. Just call 575-513-0143 and let me know when, where, and what. Take advantage of this free service and let's make Artesia clean and beautiful.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
Because of the heartburn. Just kidding. In case you didn't think about that. Hey, let me tell you about the Sun State Technology Group. Did you know there are no timeouts in business? Right now, with the game more challenging than ever, it's time to make the play for better, more reliable technology. And good news, Sun State Tech is your local IT solutions company. They provide protection and upgrades to keep your business on top of its game. Get managed IT services and cybersecurity all delivered by the hometown experts at Sun State Tech. Visit their website today, sunstatetech.com, and you can, for free, get a no-obligation technology checkup. Again, check out their website, sunstatetech.com. Yeah, if you're a business, and they handle everybody. I mean, like if you're a large, like a school district or a large business like that, they got you covered, but they put as much attention and dedication into those folks as they do with the mom and pop and everything else. And let's face it, the mom and pop needs more help there. You get a bigger entity, they actually have people that probably work in an IT department, and they're helping those companies get through their stuff, even with their IT people. Imagine what they could do for you, where you just have your business acumen, and you're probably passionate about your product, but when you start a business, you're not necessarily, unless your business is security, I guess, but you don't think you focus on your product. And so then you learn, oh yeah, I got to protect security. Oh yeah, since the world we live in, everything's done internet based and all that. If you're a business nowadays, it's really hard to not have that presence and be successful. So let Sun State Technology secure all of that. Make sure all of that equipment's taken care of. They can help you with all of that. Visit their website. Again, sunstatetech.com. That's sunstatetech.com. Like I said, we just, I know Sean talked to them yesterday. I've talked to them once or twice. Good people, and really just great people that live, breathe, and eat this stuff. They really do. Hey, stay tuned next hour, about 9:15 or so. Elaine Mayfield's going to be joining us and she's going to be wearing her Roswell Galacticon hat this time. Of course, we have her on. We talk Leadership Roswell. We talk Historical Society. We talk all kinds of things with Elaine. But one of her passions is Galacticon. She's been running that for years now. That kind of goes in conjunction with the UFO Festival, and UFO Festival is happening. Roswell Galacticon is happening as well. It'll be that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, July 1 through 3, all happening at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. So she's going to join us, talk more about that, talk about vendor booths, just everything that's on tap for this year's Roswell Galacticon. So yeah, they have a lot of fun. They do, of course, the Galacticon, the alien costume contest and pet costume contest. That's all kind of a part of what they do with the UFO Festival, and they get involved with all of that too. So they really do partner with the city on some of the events and stuff too. But it's all part of it. So whatever plans you have for UFO Festival, make sure they include some of the Galacticon stuff. But tune in next hour. Elaine will join us, and we'll get all the skinny on what's going on with that and everything there. Let's see. As far as Vitalant, they're always looking for folks to donate blood now more than ever. Those shelves are desperately in need of restocking and things like that. For folks here in town, let's see. Your next opportunity to donate blood will be the 10th. They're going to be at the Hope Center in the Fellowship Hall here in Roswell from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. this Friday, June 10th. For folks in Carlsbad on the 11th, they're going to be at Cavern Fest. So if you're going to head out to Cavern Fest, they're going to have the Bloodmobile out at Cavern Fest this weekend for that. And then if you can't make it out Friday, here in Roswell, Thursday, June 14th, they're going to have a blood drive at the Vitalant office from 11 to 3. The Historical Society for Southeast Mexico will be hosting a blood drive on Tuesday, June 21st. And just a little pro tip on that one. I'm part of the Historical Society, so I know Amy, whenever she does the blood drives, she always loves to give every single person that donates at that blood drive little special gifts and things. So if you're not eligible to donate until around the 21st, hold out and then go to that one. And but if you can donate now because they need the blood now more than ever. But if you're kind of can't wait till you got to wait till the 21st, or if it's right around that time you're due, sign up through the Historical Society and you get extra special swag. Just a tip. But for any of this stuff, just call or reach out to Vitalant. They'll be happy to get you signed up and all that stuff. And if you can, give the gift of life. Donate blood. This is one of the great ways. Plus, if I know they were doing a lot of the COVID testing. I'm not sure if that's still going on. But if you don't know your blood type, if you don't know, you'll find out the first time you donate blood. I learned by joining the United States military. They told me. But if you don't know, go donate blood. You'll find out what blood type you are, especially if you're the O's, the universal types. Those folks are always in demand. I can't remember exactly what the O or the AB, but one can give out, one can receive. It's really very handy. So if you of those more rare blood types, please make a regular schedule to donate blood. But again, for folks here in Roswell, your next opportunity will be Friday, June 10th at the Hope Center in the Fellowship Hall from 11 to 3. All right, it is closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News coming up next. Like I said, Elaine Mayfield will join us next hour, Talk Galacticon. We'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hugh Hewitt is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The Supreme Court says an armed man who made threats against Justice Brett Kavanaugh has been arrested near the justice's home in Maryland. The man arrested around 1:50 this morning, according to a court spokeswoman. The Washington Post initially reported the arrest, the newspaper quoting sources who say the man is from California and was upset by a leaked draft opinion suggesting the High Court is on the verge of overturning Roe v. Wade, the landmark abortion ruling. He was to be upset about recent mass shootings. Justice Kavanaugh lives in a Maryland suburb of Washington, D.C. President Biden to meet with allies in Germany and Spain later in the month. That announcement this morning from the White House. The president will travel to southern Germany on June 25th to attend a G7 summit. The latest national average for regular gasoline, $4.95 a gallon. That's up around 4 cents from yesterday, according to the AAA. The president's Treasury Secretary acknowledging that inflation is at unacceptable levels.
In testimony before Congress, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said inflation was likely to remain high, but that she hoped price increases would soon moderate. She also rejected assertions that President Biden's $2 trillion COVID stimulus package caused the highest inflation in 40 years. Yellen has come under fire from Republicans after admitting she was wrong last year in forecasting that inflation would be transitory. Greg Clugston, Washington.
A surge in violent and property crime in San Francisco has cost Progressive District Attorney Chesa Boudin his job. Voters giving him the boot in a recall election. Watching Wall Street, stocks are mixed right now. The Dow down 154, the Nasdaq trading 3 points higher, and the S&P 500 index 16 points in the red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I'm about to compare a pepper shaker to a cash-out refinance. Hang with me. You know when you're at a restaurant and they ask, would you like some fresh ground pepper? And then they crank that giant tube, but almost nothing comes out? For me, only a certain amount of time is socially acceptable to wait. I know that getting that pepper out might make my life better, but it just seems too impossible. And that's what we hear people say about the cash-out refinance. People realize that the value of their home has gone up like hot pepper the last few years, leaving all this extra money sitting inside their home. But is it too hard to get out? It's Ryan from United Faith Mortgage. If you're interested in cashing out the extra pepper in your home, we're good at doing all the work while you just sit back and relax. And often, your mortgage payment and years in the loan will stay the same. If you'd like to hear about your options,
we are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
Researchers report plastic pollution, a first-of-its-kind contamination in freshly fallen snow in Antarctica.
Microplastics are smaller than a grain of rice. They were found at 19 sites across the Ross Island region of Antarctica. The most common type identified in freshly fallen snow was used to make soft drink bottles and clothing. Researchers in New Zealand say it's possible that tiny particles travelled thousands of kilometres through the air, or that the presence of people in Antarctica has established a microplastic footprint. They warn the debris has the potential to influence the climate by accelerating the melting of snow and ice.
The BBC's Phil Mercer. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman met with her counterparts from South Korea and Japan today, emphasizing the U.S. commitment to defend the allies amid threats from North Korea. Townhall.com. A guilty plea from an American woman who led an all-female ISIS battalion in Syria.
Allison Fluke Ekren broke down sobbing after admitting in federal court near Washington to conspiring to provide material support to a foreign terrorist organization. She could face a maximum 20-year sentence. Fluke Ekren once lived in Kansas. In Syria, she trained women and young girls to use automatic rifles, grenades, and suicide belts. Some were as young as 10 or 11, according to one witness cited in court documents. Fluke Ekren spoke openly about wanting to conduct an attack in the U.S., including by parking a car loaded with explosives in a shopping mall garage. Another witness said she discussed ideas for a bomb attack on a college campus in the Midwest. Ed Donahue, Washington.
Recapping the hour's lead story, an armed man arrested early this morning near the Maryland home of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tracing the Airmos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to it. Hope you're having a good one.
Oh, yeah.
It's going swimmingly for you.
Yeah, it's looking quite nice outside.
I got to be honest. Looking at the rest of the week weather-wise, enjoy today.
Yeah.
We got rain chances. It's only 95 today.
Only 95. I know. Cooling winds and only 95. I'm actually kind of hoping the sun comes back out before around noontime.
I think you'll be all right.
Otherwise, I'm going to have some splaining to do.
Well, it's going to be like this weekend, 107.
Well, this weekend, they're at Mom's house.
Not your problem.
All right. I'm not going to say it like that. I'll let you say it like that and agree with you 100% vehemently, but I'm not going to say it.
Happy birthday to your baby mama, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Carl. And by the way, I also got to say, it's a very special day. Happy birthday to Kanye West.
Oh, is it his birthday as well?
I learned that years ago, and I've never stopped giving Carl crap about it ever since. Carletta about it ever since. So.
Yes.
Happy birthday to Carletta. She's 39 today.
Nice. So she shares her birthday with Kanye. I share mine with Al Pacino.
Nice.
Yeah.
Al Pacino.
Yeah. And I want to say, what's her name, too? Oh, shoot. She's famous. Oh, crud.
I'm going to look mine up because I'm curious. I know I share it with...
Oh, what is her name? What is her name? I think we're the same age, too, now that I think about it. She's the Betty... what's her name?
What's your birthday?
April 25th.
Okay, hold on. April 25th, celebrity birthdays.
Oh, what is her name? It just went right out of my head.
That's not right.
And I'm trying to think of the movie she was in, but none of them I can get right either. She was big in the early 2000s, 90s. And she's got a TV show she's on now. I just can't remember her name.
Hank Azaria, Renee Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger. That's the name I was trying to remember.
Okay.
I could not remember that
Who
name.
the heck is Renee Zellweger? As well as Ella Fitzgerald, Britney Spears, Jenna Fisher, Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, Jason Lee. Ooh, you share a birthday with Winnie Cooper, Danica McKellar.
Nice.
Demi Moore.
I got a lot of famous.
You do. Taya Shire.
Demi Moore?
Demi Moore.
Second most famous Roswell.
That's right. next, of course, Mike Winters. And Edward II of England.
No Al Pacino in there?
No, Al Pacino was on there. He was top of the list.
I was like, I seem to remember Al was in that list, too.
Al Pacino.
So Hank Azaria, I'm a who's who of celebrity birthdays.
That's like 17 people in Springfield right there.
Yeah, I know.
Just in Hank Azaria.
Shoot, the Simpsons probably have to take a day off on the 25th.
Right.
Half the cast is celebrating a birthday.
Okay, wait a second. I searched for my birthday as well, and Demi Moore popped up on my birthday too. So
Every day is Demi Moore's birthday.
It's like Rusev Day. I went ahead and looked. It's actually November 11th.
Oh, so
I share a birthday with Charlize Theron. So there's that.
That's a good one.
That's not bad. David Duchovny. Bruce Dickinson.
Okay.
Wayne Knight.
Newman.
Yeah, Newman. That's actually pretty much. Ooh, August 17th. I was going to say Robert De Niro. Tobin Bell. Okay.
De Niro?
And of course, Mike Trout.
The baseball player.
That's right.
Nice.
Oh, Garrison Keillor.
Oh,
he was like my hero growing up. I used to listen to Prairie Home Companion all the time when I was a kid.
There you go.
Guy Noir was like my favorite, sub show.
Nice. You want to check Roy's real quick?
Yeah, what's
your birthday, Roy?
I just know I share mine with Will Ferrell.
Really?
So what's your date?
July 16th.
All right, let's see if we can add to the Will
16th.
Ferrell list.
It's coming up.
July 16th.
What you got planned for your birthday?
I don't know.
Gonna pop open a couple of eggs and see what happens.
Yeah.
It'll be excellent, whatever it is.
Roy, okay, Will Ferrell. Oh my God.
Who's he
You
got?
share a birthday with Feldog.
Feldog?
Corey Feldman.
Oh, really?
Oh.
That's right. Yeah, Corey Feldman, born July, you said 16th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, July 16th. Will Ferrell, Jama Mays. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah.
So what's her name?
Jama Mays.
Never heard of it.
I don't want to venture. I think I might know.
Adult film?
That's what I'm venturing. Phoebe Cates.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad. Let's see.
I just saw a whole meme about Fast Times at Ridgemont High the other day.
Now we're getting requests from you share a birthday with the Lord of the Dance, Michael Flatley.
Oh.
Nice.
Man, that's quite a party.
That's right.
Michael Flatley and Phoebe Cates.
Chris is texting in December 31st.
All right, we'll do one more.
That's
Then
cool.
We got to
Cool.
show
This is where we're
it.
going to wrap things up.
Vanilla Ice.
Do you really?
Impressive.
Nice. Nice. Well done. December 31st, Anthony Hopkins, Val Kilmer, Ben Kingsley, and Psy.
Wow.
Open Gangnam Style. Yep, that guy.
I was going to say that's a pretty distinguished list you got to him.
Oh, I thought you meant Doug Dynasty.
No.
that side.
Not
Side.
Uncle Psy. Donna Summer.
Wow.
Yeah. John Denver.
Wow.
I'm saying.
That's a deep list.
It's not bad. That's pretty much it. Nicholas Sparks.
Oh.
That was big in my world.
I was about to
growing
say, that's your favorite author.
up. Yeah, that's right. and I'm doing this for Kim, one of the new kids on the block, Joey McIntyre. Nice. Yeah.
There you go.
So.
All right.
I'm pretty sure the moon landing was on my birthday, too.
Was it really? Nice.
I think so.
When's your birthday?
July 16th.
July 16th.
I think you're a little late. When did July 9th when they landed? Or was it 20th? When was it when they landed on the moon?
I was a zygote.
I think it was July 20th. I think you're a little early, actually. They may have launched that day to go to the moon.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But that would have been in 69. That would have been before you were born.
Nice.
I
know it has something to do with the moon.
Happy birthday,
I got
Carl.
mooned on this day.
I got mooned.
All right, Elaine
moon
Mayfield's
man.
going to talk Galacticon with us. If
Yes.
you want to know your birthday, well, Google it yourself. It is 12 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. A stationary front over eastern New Mexico may bring us a few showers or thunderstorms by this afternoon. Otherwise, it'll be sunny and hot. Our highs between 95 and 100. Might get a shower overnight and down to the upper 60s and low 70s. And then plenty of sunshine coming up on Thursday. We'll heat up into the upper 90s, sunny and low 100s Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 81 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 61%. Winds are out of the north. It looks like they're blowing 17 miles per hour. I said it earlier. Enjoy today. It gets no better after today. We got a 20% chance of rain. Good news. Mainly after 3. They're saying showers and thunderstorms. They are throwing in a caveat that if we get some storms this evening or this afternoon, some of these storms could be severe. They're talking large hail and damaging winds, so prepare accordingly. Partly cloudy, highs of 95 today, which is hot, but nice compared to the next couple of days. Northeast winds 10 to 15 this morning, 15 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour later this afternoon. Our chance of rain bumps up to 40% tonight. Once again, those storms, if we do get some storms, they could produce some heavy hail, damaging winds, all that stuff. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 66 degrees with north winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. For you Thursday, rain chances dissipate, just sun. 97 for a high tomorrow under partly cloudy skies, northeast winds 5 to 10 in the morning, 10 to 15 for the afternoon. Friday, sunny skies, 104 for a high. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. But wait, there's more. Looking at the weekend, Saturday, sunny, hot, 106 for a high. Sunday, sunny, hot, 107 for a high. Monday of next week, sunny, hot, 107. So enjoy 95 with rain chances today. because by the weekend, you're going to be praying for rain and cooler temps. All right, it is 9:15. We got about a 2.5-minute commercial break, pay some bills, and then Elaine Mayfield talking Galacticon with us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Is your couch old enough to vote? Does your coffee table remember Atari? Well, now is the time for new furniture, and Glenn's is the place to get it. Reboot your living room with beautiful power reclining furniture. Upgrade your dining table with enough bandwidth for everyone to have their own chair. Upgrade your mattress with the latest sleep technology. Today at Glenn's, everything in the store is specially priced and delivery is always free. So hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda. Do it now before your old furniture gets a day older.
There's a whole universe out there. Come explore at the International UFO Museum and Research Center, featuring engaging exhibits and in-depth first-hand accounts of the incident that put Roswell on the map. The research library features the most comprehensive collection of UFO research materials in the world, and you can get exclusive one-of-a-kind gifts and merch from the gift shop or online at RoswellUFOmuseum.com. Don't forget about the UFO Festival, July 1st through 3rd, celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident. The International UFO Museum and Research Center. It's otherworldly.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
Carlsbad Main Street in the city of Carlsbad invite you to join us June 10th and 11th for Cavern Fest 2022. Cavern Fest kicks off Friday, June 10th at 6 o'clock with food trucks, vendors, and music headlined by Curtis Grimes. Saturday, June 11th starts at noon with music, vendors, and activities all day, capped off with Holly Tucker and headliner the Randy Rogers Band. Cavern Fest is free thanks to our sponsors, A.R. Foreman Construction, Carlsbad Chevrolet, XTO, and many more.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests, and they offer answers and solutions when you need them most. Protect your home, your children, and your pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Let Bob Reed Pest Control and their fully licensed professionals start working for you and your family today. Call 623-5344, serving all of southeastern New Mexico. Find them fast in names and numbers.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
Official name for it. Good morning. It is 18 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, wearing her Galacticon hat this morning.
Right.
Not one of her other many hats. Elaine Mayfield back with us. Good
Yeah, it
morning.
fits pretty well. I've been doing it, since 2007.
I was say,
May, how are you doing this
you've
morning?
been doing it since the beginning.
Yeah,
of
2007.
Galacticon.
The city decided to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the crash, and this is the 75th anniversary.
And I believe you were one of the original
right.
Founders of this.
Right, working for the city, and they pulled several of us in.
Yeah.
And I ended up running the vendor hall.
Okay. And now time's evolved, and it's pretty much your baby now.
On the Galacticon. Yeah.
As Galacticon goes, yes. Which will take place the same time as
yes,
UFO
we're
Festival.
excited to be back in having a vendor hall and having a normal con.
Yeah, and it's going to be back. It'll be back here in the Convention and Civic Center, kind of closer to the downtown festivities and everything.
Right,
That'll
and
be
the
happening.
center of the cities.
Yeah, and actually, exactly, because you guys will be taking over a good hunk of the place, but the UFO Museum's going to have some of their panel speakers. So the con's taken over a lot of the
we have half of the main hall.
center, but not all of it. It's going to be, so when you're done, going to the panel speakers and everything at the UFO Festival, march on over to the other side of the building and come participate and see all the cool stuff that's going to be at this year's Galacticon.
Right, and that's all the convention center, and then it kind of spreads downtown where Main Street will be doing their thing on the lawn of the courthouse again.
And then, of course, you guys partner with that for the costume contest and all that. So it's kind of a joint venture, some of those...
way it should be.
Yeah, and to be honest, these are kind of tentpole for the locals, especially for UFO, costume contest, costume contest. These are like one of those are the things we as locals like to embrace and things.
Exactly.
And of course, Galacticon works because that's especially with the costume contest. I mean, if we just do aliens, I mean, you got green, you got gray. What else you gonna, you know what I'm saying? And the greens, they say they're not the real. The gray ones are the right ones.
That's one reason we stepped up was to put a little bit of cosplay in it.
Yeah.
When cosplay is the costume part of a con, and there's all kinds. You have fantasy, you have gaming. People dress up as their game characters. Steampunk.
Yeah, that's a whole subculture in and of itself.
And there's many. So
sure, and which. Over the years, it's the Galacticon has kind of embraced a lot of the steampunk stuff because you get a lot of folks there. But by no means is it strictly a steampunk.
No, it's actually waned a little bit and waned nationally. But our group here, we had a very strong steampunk group when we first started Galacticon.
And you still got a good core
but
of that.
we actually call ourselves a sci-fi and fantasy con.
Yeah, it's broader than just steam. And to be honest, you can get in the steampunk world and be subgenred out of that. I mean,
yes.
Like steampunk's a very broad term too when you think about it.
It is at this point. And I like steampunk because it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still dress cool.
it's future and nostalgic at the same time.
Exactly.
That's the cool part. If you're for folks like, what are you talking about? The best name I can give you that sounds steampunk mostly is probably Jules Verne.
Absolutely, and I loved Jules Verne growing up.
Yeah,
I read everything.
If you love his stories, his science fiction,
I've heard it called Gothic and Brown.
That's a little. And one of the best comparisons I like to use too is if you ever watched From Earth to the Moon, it was an HBO excellent series with Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg,
right?
And they talk about the Apollo missions and how all that came to be. But as kind of an adhesive to glue the stories together and to they also coincide with the filming of like the first Trip to the Moon movie. And it was based off a Jules Verne story. And so it was a silent film. And so they're filming it. And so I just think of that when I see what they like their idea of going to the moon. It's very that steampunky, these rocket ships look iron and stuff.
Well, if you remember the thing that movie was famous for is when the rocket hits the man in the moon's eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
But exactly, which was it made of cheese? I think.
Yeah, something like that. It was cheesy.
Yeah.
Cheesy. So.
But I love because that's in essence that was science fiction before we know science fiction. Jules Verne was that. When you look at anything we look at, really guys like Jules Verne begat all of that. That put us in.
It's when the Victorian age was breaking into the industrial age, and that people were uncertain and unsure, and so you kind of could go several directions.
Yeah.
And another thing that the people, maybe more modern, would be Wild Wild West.
Would be, that was early 2000s, whatever, that Will Smith movie. That's very...
based on a TV show a little earlier.
Yes, but that's very steampunk. Like the bad guy in that makes like a big giant robot to attack the town or whatever, and it's all steam technology, and it's futuristic, but sounds like an assembly line from the 1900s, early 1900s, all the steam and all that. But that's steampunk. But when we were joking earlier about subcultures, because if you get in that world, then you're like, okay, well, I focus purely Civil War era steampunk, or I focus purely on 1920s era or whatever. Right. They kind of get into their subgenres. But that's part of it, but anything cosplay.
Yeah,
so if you're into
like
Marvel,
I said, we're more sci-fi fantasy. Fantasy coming from the gaming.
Yeah, Marvel,
that kind
DC,
superheroes,
Dungeons and Dragons, all of that kind of covers into the Galacticon.
Correct.
Fans and genres. Yeah. And that's just it. It's come, and of course they're going to have, like you do, little workshops and things, as they always do, some panel speakers and things. But of course, come see all the vending booths. You're going to have book collectors, comic book
authors are right there too to sign.
People that sell
artists.
And make costuming and all that kind of stuff. It really, if you love that kind of thing, it's a Shangri-La of all of that. It
Absolutely,
really is.
And the vendors are so eager because they haven't been able to do a lot for 2 years.
Yeah,
and they're eager to get down here and fill up that room and sell their wares. We've got comic books, obviously.
Yeah.
Comic-Con is where it all started there.
Yeah, comic books is the original
and
OG
we have
of Comic-Con.
3, I think, comic book vendors. We have gems and crystals this year.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of gems and crystals and jewelry and artwork. We have some unusual things. We've got a group that's selling programs for children, educational programs, and some of them are sci-fi. And
cool.
Yeah, really
So
cool.
if you're looking for like STEM-related
type,
stuff,
yeah, and
you'll
STEM,
find that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that's a local person and,
Nice,
and
love that.
awesome. And then we have, I'm trying to think, what are the other things we have? Gaming, of course.
Yeah.
Gaming is huge. And people sitting home and during the pandemic learned to play Dungeons & Dragons again.
Sure.
I remember that.
Yeah, the old school, get out the 20-sided die and
Yeah.
the graph paper to make you maps and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I'm assuming they still do it that
Yes,
way.
and so we're very heavy into tabletop gaming and there are some role
The card
playing.
games like your Magic and
Right.
the various games like that
Right.
and all that too.
And
So
we have, 5 or 6 game masters, and 2 of them are designers.
Oh, great.
A local person that's on my team is Matt Bromley.
Nice.
And got a couple others coming from around. And
So if you're looking to if you're a young person that wants to maybe get in these industries of gaming or designing either computers or tabletop,
yeah, we have people to talk to.
there's
Absolutely.
definitely resources
Yeah.
for all of that and things. So if you're looking or if you're just looking for fun, they got that covered there too. But I imagine there's a lot of young people that are saying, especially with technology and things, I want to be the next person that designs the next computer game or
absolutely.
whatever it is that we're into, and they start at these levels. Just
That's right.
And
we have the
sucking in the
masters
lore,
here, so
yeah, just
absolutely.
absorbing the lore. And the other part is, you get to talk with people that are interested in the same niche things you are. And what I mean by that is you've got uber fans of very subgenres or classes of things. And if you're a fan of that too, you're finding people that, you know what I mean? So you go in there and you're thumbing through comic books or looking at the artwork and buy a couple things. But you're also having conversation with these vendors because guess what? There's a reason they're into this artwork. There is a reason they're into these comic books because they were probably kids under the bed reading the
That's
things
right.
and doing all the same things we all
Absolutely.
were doing.
Yeah.
And so you get that connection as well too. People that like this area of sci-fi just like you do. And that's
And comic books aren't the only collectible.
Yeah.
There are people that collect characters from certain things, and there certainly are
Yeah,
vendors that have that available.
And
And then artwork. Our featured artist is Logan Pack, which is
Okay.
a local that does nationally artwork does covers for sci-fi books and things like that.
So he actually makes a living and is a professional sci-fi artist.
And he'll be our featured artist this year. So
I love
we have
that people have that ability to do that. You
Yes.
know what I mean? That
Oh,
there's
wonderful artwork.
that you can create something you're passionate about and actually support yourself with.
And you're
That's-
welcome to come in costume.
Absolutely.
We
The more the
encourage
merrier.
it.
Come show off your talents
Yeah.
and wares and come. That's what Comic-Con's about, is meeting friends, making connections with people that have some of the same interests you do, and just having a good time. And best part, it's all indoors because if anybody's ever been to
Air
Roswell, New Mexico,
condition.
the first week of June, July, that's that summertime frame.
Absolutely.
It's hotter than Hades here. And so when you're wearing your 8 pounds of makeup and costuming and all that stuff to look like Predator, you're going to be cool in the air conditioning
Exactly.
and not 10 pounds lighter when you're done with the day.
Exactly. Can I give you just a rundown of schedule?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about some events and schedule
All right.
stuff.
Well, Galacticon is July 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Like everything else.
Just like UFO Fest, all the...
Absolutely, and
yeah.
Main Street, absolutely. So, but Thursday night, we have the tradition of having a karaoke party.
Yeah.
And it's on Pepper's patio.
Yeah. You've been
And,
doing this for years.
Yes.
It's kind of, initially you had a steampunk vibe.
It did.
But it's kind of, like I said,
Yeah.
evolved to just an overall Comic-Con
Originally
vibe.
it was a steampunk crawl.
Yeah. Now you
It's
might
evolved.
You might find a few people with some goofy goggles and some gears and things, but you might also find people that look like Sonic the Hedgehog or
That's right.
Dracula for all we know.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. So that will be at 7:00 at Pepper's in the patio.
Cool.
And we don't charge a fee. Of course, drinks and
We'd love to have
food
you
are
come
on
and-
you.
yeah, to have a beverage.
And John Bittner will be doing the karaoke.
And they got great food there, by the way.
Yeah,
too, so.
they do. And it's a lot of fun. Starts
Yeah.
at 7.
Yeah.
So that's kind of always been our kickoff. We started that a long time ago. And then Friday, we start at noon, and the vendor hall is open.
Okay.
We also have a $10 fee to get in for adults, $5 for juniors and seniors, and
Okay.
children under 10 are free. I believe.
Okay.
And that one fee, though, will cover anything inside that building.
Gotcha.
And it also covers our film festival.
Oh, cool.
So our
you can go
sci-fi
see some
film
of the films.
festival will be at the Galaxy 8. They
Yes.
always give us a one of the theaters. We love them.
They've been supporting for many
Absolute,
years.
since
And
we
so
started.
if you
Now-
love to go see those movies, that's a great day to go and check them
Yeah,
out.
it'd be Saturday and Sunday.
Please, while you're there, buy popcorn and sodas
Help
and all
them
that.
out.
Because
Give us
Galaxy 8, they're donating their time, their space.
Absolutely.
And they're losing money by not putting whatever. What's the big movie out? Top Gun. They're not. That's another theater they could stick Top Gun in that they're not doing.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
So they're going to be showing these films all day. So please, when you come there, go buy their hot dogs and Cokes and popcorn and
Right.
all that good stuff because that's how you support Galaxy 8, and so they can continuing to do this.
Absolutely. We have wonderful sponsors, and we do appreciate them.
Yeah.
That'll be Friday. Friday night is the costume contest on the courthouse lawn,
Okay.
like we did last time. That was a lot of fun. I mean,
That
you can
is.
sit in Pearson Auditorium with your hands in your lap like you're supposed to, but out there it was fun. People were
be a
hooting and
little rock,
hollering
yeah.
and silly and
Yeah, it's kind of like you go to church, you walk into the church, and you're like, all right, I'm supposed to be quiet. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's
There's
just
just
the building
something
dictates that.
big
and
difference, and
Pierce
we have-
Island's a fun place, but let's face it, it does feel like you need to behave yourself when
That's
you're in
right. That's right. And that starts at 8 o'clock on Friday night. And that will be, we also have the Robotron, the big tall guys on stilts.
Yeah,
with all
yeah.
they'll be walking around and everything.
Cool.
And 501st Stormtroopers will be here.
Great, so-
And we're going to have them, of course, at the Galacticon on probably like 3 to 5 on Saturday and Sunday afternoon because it's hot.
It is. And I know
they'll
the
be here all
Stormtrooper
weekend
gear
as well.
and the bounty hunter gear and all the stuff
Right.
they wear is very hot.
Now, Saturday morning begins with our pet contest at 9 o'clock.
Very good.
Nice and cool with that.
Get that early.
Cooler.
Right.
Get that done
But
early.
we want to get the pets in and out
Right.
of the sun as
And
quick as
new
possible.
this year, the parade's going to be in the morning.
Yes,
so
that's new.
Shortly after we're finished, probably it will start. I believe they're going to gather over there at 9:30 and move out. And,
So
yeah.
if you come early for the pet costume contest,
you just turn around.
you got a good spot for the parade right
Exactly,
afterwards, basically.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, I think it's going to work out real well.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then Saturday in the afternoon, we're having Comictopia, New Mexico.
Okay.
Comictopia has come to us a couple times before. 2018, I think, was the last time.
I'm not familiar. You have to fill me in on
It
that.
is a trivia game group out
Okay.
of Albuquerque, and they give prizes for the correct answers to trivia. They have a big screen,
Okay.
and this will be in
So
the...
is it kind of like bar trivia, but sci-fi
Yes,
stuff?
yeah,
Gotcha.
it's all
Like when you go to
sci-fi.
like
Yeah.
B-dubs or something, and
Right.
they got the little games. that
Yeah,
got that.
you know,
Okay.
what's Superman's birthday, and somebody yells it out, and they throw him a comic book or a T-shirt or something
Cool.
like that. Yeah.
So you can come and show off and test your knowledge and win some prizes.
and that's going to be actually in the lobby, right in front of our door. Just kind of
Okay.
give something people to.
So you
to
can't
do
miss
while
it when
they're
you
there.
walk in as you're
Exactly.
heading into
right,
the
and that'll be at
Galacticon.
1, 3, and 5 on Saturday.
Great. So win some prizes.
Yeah, excited to have down, have fun with it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time. So brush up, and I imagine they cover all branches of sci-fi. So
Yes.
So if you're a Star
Games-
Wars,
games
that might
to-
help you a little
yeah,
bit, but
movies, yeah.
he might hit you with some Star Trek or some Alien
And
or
there'll
something.
be probably 30 people sitting out front, kind of like you said, kind of like a bar. Matter of fact, the first one I ever went to when I said, "Oh, we got to have you," was in a bar at Buffalo Thunder.
Okay. Yeah, and that's kind of always that fun little thing. So
Yeah.
great. So you can get to do that
Yeah.
and test your knowledge, and then of course come and purchase collectibles and things from these artists and vendors. And
Right.
they do amazing. You're going to see some cool stuff. Every year I walk through Galacticon, you're just like, man, the creativity and
Absolutely.
the artistic value of just what these people are bringing to us is really cool. And not even if you're not per se a sci-fi person, you're gonna go like just the artwork and stuff.
Oh,
Some of the
gems, crystals, jewelry. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful things that are but aren't sci-fi related to,
Mhm.
and just beautiful decor
Right.
to that, and just come meet that stuff. And maybe this is a parent-child passing of the baton moment where mom or dad's a collector of whatever Funko Pops or comic books or whatever it is,
Yes.
and they're to instill some of that excitement in their own children. Maybe bring the kids along and say, like, look, mom or dad, look, I've collected these since I was your age, and now, maybe we'll get your first
There you
comic book
go.
or Funko Pop
Absolutely.
or collectible here at this thing, and then we'll put it in your room, and then next year we'll start another piece, and give give your kids the bug that you've been into for many years.
And it's certainly a great place for families to come up together and enjoy together.
Yeah.
It's there'll be something
just
for
a
everyone.
family-friendly fun.
We try very hard to make everything family-friendly.
Come out, and then so when you're out enjoying all the UFO festival stuff, you get hot and tired, come on in, spend a couple hours. They're going, all weekend they're going to be in there. It's going to be a lot of fun stuff to do. Like you said, if you want to get into some of the time-specific things, we'll get you the website to go online here, but like the movie schedule out at Galaxy 8 for the sci-fi theater, all that. That way, if you're like, ooh, I want to see movie X, I need to be here at this time, and those movies are all. It's kind of like just like a Sundance or any other film festival. These are cool movies by some local artists, some out of town, some international, and they're sending their films to like Sundance and all these larger festivals. They're sending us, so you're getting a chance to see up and coming.
Yeah, and we do have a lot of shorts.
Yeah.
So people don't realize that they may have a 10-minute or a 6-minute little short. We've had music videos. We've had commercials submitted before.
So you get the whole gamut of that. So if you've never been to a film festival, it's really cool. So come out to Galaxy 8 as part of the weekend.
And you just sit there as long as you want. Yeah. And what we did the last time.
And your $10 that you paid at the Galacticon gets
covers
you into
it
all
all.
those movies.
That's right.
That's
all
why we're
of them.
telling you to buy soda and popcorn.
And we'll talk about 20 to 30 of the selected movies. They'll pick the top 20 to 30, and we'll show them all on Saturday and then all again on Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you miss one for some reason, you can go back Sunday and get it done.
And it's the cool part, because I've actually had it where you've seen a movie or something like this at a film festival, and next like a year or two later, it's on everybody's, it blew up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so you get that chance where you might watch, very often you probably see a movie or see something at the film festival, and then a year or two from now, it'll be on Netflix or on Prime or something, because it got an audience and got picked up, and next thing you know, you saw it way before anyone knew about it. Now you're the one on the end. It's like, oh yeah, I watched that 2 years ago, and they're like, it just came out. No, I saw it 2 years ago.
One of the funniest things that happened to me once at the zoo, we had the summer programs and stuff, and we had the thing at the park, the party on the Pecos.
Yeah,
we called it at that time. And we had contacted, good old Joe Vargas had contacted Los Lonely Boys. Nobody ever heard of them.
Yeah.
Nobody ever heard
Who
of
them
them.
guys?
Yeah. And so they played that night, and like the week before they were happened to be on Johnny Carson or something. And we just packed that whole place. It was amazing.
That was perfect
But there you
timing,
go.
yeah.
Perfect timing, and it really did help.
So, you might see the next Steven Spielberg in that film, you don't know. But that's the cool. And so if you love sci-fi and stuff, you really get into the genre by coming out and checking out the films and the different submissions for the film festival.
And that's kind of the difference there between costume and cosplay. Cosplay, you develop a character that you stay in.
Sure.
So they may come in on Friday and be adventurer Joe Blow.
Yeah.
And stay in that costuming and that whole mindset for the whole weekend, which is a lot of fun. Yeah. Whereas costumes, you put the costume on, you do the costume contest, and then you're back to normal.
Yeah.
So
it gets a chance to get out of your space and be something else for a little bit and have fun. And why do you think half of actors are actors? I think it's for their own. They get to be someone else for a little bit, and someone found a way to pay them to do it. So
right, exactly.
That's what it's about. So
another fun thing that we're doing, we're bringing in a guy from Las Cruces that does a tabletop escape room.
Really?
It's kind of a puzzle thing.
Okay.
It's called Clue to You.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we want to try that out. Now I think there's a small fee for that. And
sounds like fun if you want to dip a toe in escape rooms, but you're not sure if you want to do the full thing. This might be a
tried
good.
tried to find somebody to do escape rooms, but they're
It's
few and far between.
Well, it's a whole. I mean, because I'm sure it's hours and months of planning and execution. It's like, because once you get the idea of how you want to make the clue, then
and
you
it
got
has to be good.
Yeah, you got to make it legit. If you're trying, especially if it's which usually most of them are themed in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's like a World War II spy theme or a haunted theme or something different or an alien theme.
You're right. I don't think anybody had an alien theme one, but yeah, we did try. So maybe we'll keep trying.
Well, if anybody's listening for next future years, if you want to get involved in Galacticon, she's looking for a good escape room for future Galacticon.
Yeah, and last time we had a virtual reality guy that we'd like to get back to that too. But this is kind of getting back into it. We haven't had one there since 2019.
Yeah,
we've had a couple. We had one with the Main Street, but we really did our own gaming thing. Is what we concentrated on both times because it's very big locally as well.
Yeah. There's a big
But we're
enough
kind of
local
getting
following.
back to it. And
Well, and hopefully we're going to get more out of town folks and things like we usually get for UFO Festival.
75th anniversary of the Roswell incident.
I got a feeling we're going to see a lot more New Mexicans this year, just because I think the way the cost of living and everything. I got a feeling
Cost of gas.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of East Texans and northern New Mexicans making a trip down to Roswell this year.
I agree. And the state
or West Texas, I think.
The tourism department of the state has really been helpful to the to Roswell in promoting.
Good.
Yeah, been very supportive.
Yeah. So, folks, mark it on your calendars while you're out and about celebrating UFO Festival and having fun. Don't forget, there's a whole other world awaiting you there in the convention center for Galacticon.
Under air conditioning.
And a whole air-conditioned world awaits you
Yes.
at Galacticon. So please make plans to carve out part of your UFO weekend to spend some time with Galacticon. Come on out Thursday night. Come out to the karaoke at Peppers. And come check out come participate karaoke and meet some of the players and have a delicious meal and sing a song or two and then come out and see them beginning noon Saturday out at their booths and things and just start talking to them. And
Absolutely.
Who knows?
Have
if you're
fun.
looking, especially if you're a person that wants to get more involved in these things, you've literally got the who's who of who does this in one location. So
Right.
you get to talk to them and get their experiences. And because I know, once you get the bug bit, good luck to your free time. Good luck to your extra money because you're going to put all your passions into that, which is fun and awesome. Great. But, if you want to learn that and do all that because, let's face it, the world we live in, mental health and everything's so important to take care of yourself. And when you got to have your own hobby or thing that's just for you. I don't care if it's reading or swimming or whatever your thing is. Maybe this is it. Maybe it's creating costumes and creating that. So maybe it's coming out and playing some games, meeting some new people and starting playing.
Especially for the children.
Yeah.
They need to have something that's fun that the parents can support
Absolutely.
and participate in many ways.
So come on out. Maybe you'll find your next new passion at Galacticon. You never know.
I love it.
Yeah, of course, guys like we had John LeMay on yesterday. Of course,
He'll be there.
He'll be there with his new book and many other authors like him with their books and things. It really is a lot of fun. Just come make time to be a part of Galacticon. Let me ask you this. If someone's just finding out and they're like, dude, I need to get a booth. Is that still possible?
I actually have a few left because we're in the big hall and we got a lot more room than we've had in the past.
Okay.
And so, yes, I do have. They can get a hold of me. Yeah.
Okay. You can email her,
Condor@dfn.com.
I remember that one. It's easy
It's
to
a good
remember.
one. Big bird.
Yeah. Condor@dfn.com. I don't have your phone number handy. I don't think I'll let you give that out.
575-626-2640.
Yeah, sign up to be for a booth here. And of course, I think.
Of course, you send an email, I can send you an application.
Exactly.
So that's probably the best way.
What's the web address for this year for the Galacticon?
RoswellGalacticon.com.
So you can go there and the schedule events, everything we just talked about.
And vendor apps are on there.
Yeah,
too.
if we gave a lot of information in a short period of time, so it's a lot to take in. So now when you got a chance on your lunch hour or when you're on the bathroom for your own time and you're getting on your phone, you can go to the RoswellGalacticon.com, go to that website, see the schedule events, get tickets, get vendor forms, all the stuff you need to get to learn about Galacticon. You'll find at the website there.
That's right.
And then of course, if nothing else, just walk on into the doors during July 1st, 2nd, 3rd and poke around and see what's going on. And who knows, you might turn out you find your next big thing there.
That's right.
It is fun. Yeah, hopefully, for folks that have been in the past, either out at the mall or back at the convention center, whatever times you've been out, those are always just fun, amazing things. You meet some great people. Guys like Clyde Lewis hang out and something like that, and I'm sure we'll see him. He's going to be around in the town
He'll
this
be
week.
back this year, I believe.
So I think he's going to be hanging out at Galacticon over the weekend some too. I know he's doing a show Friday night at the UFO Museum. I think we're working on a location for him Thursday night to do his show. And then I think the rest of the weekend he's going to be doing some
we
panel
had him at the
stuff
mall when he was here before they scheduled an afternoon. So, yeah.
And so he's an interesting guy.
RDR's doing theirs at the
doing
convention center as well.
Good. So their whole what do they call it? The experiment, or what do they call it? The experience, or they've got a well, I can't remember off the top of my head, but they got a whole. It's
right
because obviously one of the most famous images from the alien crashing is the next day the paper, the
You're
UFO
right.
paper. I mean the Daily Record. That's probably the most famous photo of everything related to the Roswell incident is that newspaper photo of the Daily Record with the picture. That's,
Yeah, and I think the other half of the hall is going to be kind of a children's fun zone.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So they probably have various children's games and
that type of thing, right?
probably collectibles for kids.
And
that
again,
are more,
hot days outside, let the kids come in and play in the cool air.
yes, come in
And of course, we're secure overnight, which is appealing to a lot of vendors of jewelers and stuff that know that it's going to be locked up at night.
Yeah, it's a building with entrances and everything. So please mark it on your calendars, July 1, 2, 3, at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center.
Right.
All in conjunction with UFO Festival. And of course, go to the UFO Festival website, see their schedule events.
Right.
Look at that way you can plan accordingly. Okay, at 2 o'clock we need to be here for this at Galacticon. 3 o'clock we need to be here for UFO Festival. So you can, if you're one of those folks that love to plan out your day to the minute, you hit the 2 websites, you can get your whole itinerary set up for the UFO
And the
Festival
Daily
weekend.
Record does publish a wonderful supplement by Chris Stock. I've got to give her credit.
They usually do it like the week of or something.
He's already putting in 12-hour days, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Putting that together. But that's always a great supplement to the newspaper, especially for locals and stuff. So
And just remember, folks, don't forget.
it's a group effort.
We are the ambassadors for this. We, the
Yes.
locals. So we're going to have a lot of out-of-town family, friends, strangers, people coming from all over the world. Not just United States. You see, and I'm sure we're going to see a few Austrians or Germans
Right.
or someone from Europe or Asia, someone here that's making Roswell their first visit. Don't be nice. Be the ambassadors. Show them the places you like to eat. Show
You don't
them the
have
places.
to believe to count money.
Exactly. Because let's face it, the more money that these events bring in, the better our grocer's teeth look, and the more money our city council and everything.
The lodgers,
can
the hotels have suffered so much. The restaurants have suffered.
Yeah, we this is kind of a Black Friday-esque type event for Roswell. It
Yeah.
really is. We need to get back to those
Christmas
numbers.
in July.
Yeah, exactly. It really is that type thing. So please support it, and come on out and visit. But if you're one of those people that goes recluse that weekend, I understand. But be an ambassador. Be that person. If you're out in town shopping, eating at your restaurants, and people, hey, where's a good place to eat, or where's a good place to buy this? Tell them your favorite places. Be an ambassador. Encourage them to shop local and visit our mom and pop stores. Of course, the downtown merchants, this is their Black Friday UFO Festival.
Absolutely.
They get most of their foot traffic and everything. For those people that are going up and down the street during UFO, more than any other time of the year, that's where they make their nut is UFO Festival weekend. So please support that and encourage others to support that too. Because not only, UFO Festival, these are going to be fun things that are going to sell themselves. But if people are looking to do other things, people are looking to see what our town has to offer, be that ambassador. When they're saying, hey, what other stuff is there beside Green Men things? Go say, check out the Anderson Museum. Check out the Historical Society. Check out the Roswell Museum and Art Center. Check out the zoo.
Lakes.
Check out Bottomless Lakes. Check out these areas. Hey, you're looking for something to do Sunday afternoon, go out here. Be that ambassador and the next thing you know, they're like, man, I came here and learned about aliens. Turned out they got, and next thing you know, maybe next couple of years they're going to be passing through and want to come through and be a part of our community. Oh, we had a great time in Roswell. Let's swing on by there, get something to eat, maybe go to the zoo or something and head on to our next place or whatever. You know?
And the UFO Museum has done a lot of work this year on new exhibits that are more digital and interactive. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah, they really are adding and expanding and stepping up their game. So if you haven't been in there a while, we'll use that weekend to come in and check it out.
If you get visiting friends and then relatives, take them again.
Yeah, we're going to be doing the morning show out there. I know that Friday morning for sure.
They always have that breakfast.
Yeah, and I think maybe Thursday, but I know definitely for sure Friday we're going to be out there. So
there's something going on all over town, and from the UFO Museum, the Main Street Roswell, the city, Galacticon, the RDR. I mean, that's a lot right there.
And there is.
And so there's a lot of activities going on.
So and then don't forget, if you are a steampunker or a comic book collector or an artist that wants to get a booth or space at the Galacticon,
we do have a few left. I've got some room
to reach out to Elaine probably this week. I wouldn't wait too much longer, and we'll squeeze you in there. And like Elaine said, it's either that or find a place to set up a booth not in air conditioning.
Right. Right.
I'll tell you could probably charge a gold mine just because of that air conditioning alone.
Just advertise AC available.
Good deal. Elaine, is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to share? Anything we just skipped over?
No, we might mention, since we did this backwards last week, please support the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association's Awards Banquet for community leaders. You need to RSVP by this weekend.
Send another email to condor@dfn.com and RSVP. You can get a table of 8 for, is it 200 or 500?
225.
225. I don't have the numbers.
30
and
single.
$30 per person.
And you have now seen and heard from these people with interviews and the newspaper covering all of them.
Yeah,
you say, I know them so well, you know. But,
we had one on this morning, matter of fact.
Yes.
Margaret was on her earlier.
Right.
She's our Leadership Roswell Alumni Award winner.
Correct. And just a thought to please try to get a reservation in this week. So, and the only reason is we have to give a count to the caterers.
And the event is June 23rd, and it's going to be at NMMI in the VMV hall there. They're going to be providing a delicious meal for everyone. And we've got our really 5 honorees this year that we were going to be honoring. And we'd love to have everyone come out and support these folks and show them how much we
want to fill the room.
We want to fill the room.
Yeah.
We want a night of just showering these folks with love. And
absolutely.
And by the way, we're going to try to get hopefully some of our last couple year award winners that didn't get a dinner party.
They didn't get fed, no.
Yeah. We recognized as best we could, but food did not allow us to do that during the COVID years. So
that's right.
Hopefully most, if not all of them, come out. We can shower them with some love too.
Absolutely.
So again, reach out to Elaine, condor@dfn.com. Even if you talk to Amy over at the historical side, she'll put you in touch with that too.
She's taking lists.
Reach out to me. I'll get you in touch with Elaine and all that. And love to have you come out and honor. And of course,
we just need a count. You pay at the door.
Yeah, you can pay that Tuesday. It's a Tuesday or Thursday. I can't remember which. Is it
Thursday.
Thursday. Sorry, whatever the 23rd is. Yeah, whatever the 23rd is. I was thinking, I was like Thursday or Tuesday. Now
my brain is full.
Yeah, yeah, mine's over. It's leaking out my ears.
Yeah,
but we'd love to come out, support this, and of course. If you want to learn more about what Leadership Roswell is and does, because they're going to be signed up for the next class here next month. And that's a great event to come out and talk to a lot of alumni and a lot of people that know about the program. So if you're kind of like, I want to sign up, but I'm not really sure all that's involved, come out to the banquet, meet some of our honorees, and then talk to other people about Leadership Roswell, what they took from it, what they gained from it. And I guarantee once you go to that, you're going to be going to the chamber website, downloading the application, and getting it filled out and turned.
I've never talked to anyone that didn't like it, wasn't totally thrilled with it.
It's a great program, and I even say, regardless of how long Roswell's been your home, you're going to learn something about Roswell
Absolutely.
from it. So, very good. But don't forget, Galacticon, July 1, 2, 3, at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center during UFO Festival. If you want to get a booth or a space inside, reach out at condor@dfn.com. Reach out to Elaine this week.
Yes.
But go to roswellgalacticon.com.
Right.
There you can see the full schedule of events, what the costs for, if anything that's going on, what the movie schedule is for the film festival, all of that stuff. Is there T-dueling this year, or is that kind of taking a back seat?
It kind of took a back seat,
Okay.
but I am talking with them
there
about
might
doing
be-
a full steampunk corner.
Okay, so maybe just bust out an impromptu T-dueling
There
session.
we go.
Maybe it starts like a gauntlet's been thrown.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I see you're eating. How long? And then the gauntlet comes out, and next thing you know, there's
T-dueling
a throwdown.
was fun.
A throwdown T-duel right there. Which,
Right.
Which, if you don't know what it is, go ask them. Learn it. I've explained it 100 times here, but I'm going to make you find out yourself now at Galactica.
I'll work on that.
There you go. Well, thank you as always,
Thank you.
Elaine. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Okay?
All right.
All right. It is 9:53. Let's pause for some news. Your Hannity update, quick break as well. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. First off, developing stories out of Roswell, where police are investigating 2 separate shootings. Just after midnight Tuesday, RPD responded to a call that someone had been shot near South Main Street and Matthews. Police there found a 51-year-old man who was suffering from a gunshot wound to his ankle. That injury was considered non-life-threatening. And then a second shooting took place a few minutes later in the 1800 block of North Michigan Avenue after a domestic argument led to a physical fight. The fight resulted in a 40-year-old man being shot in the chest, according to statements provided to reporters by RPD spokesman Todd Wildermuth. The victim remains at a hospital. His current condition is not known. It's also not known if there have been any arrests in either case. Chief Deputy Eddy County Clerk Kara Cook will assume the role of county clerk at the beginning of next year. She will replace Darlene Rosprim, who had been appointed to finish the term of the late Robin Van Natta, who passed away while in office. There will be 2 contested races for the New Mexico legislature in Eddy County in November. Incumbent District 54 State Representative Jim Townsend of Artesia faces write-in Libertarian Keith Bryan Boone. And State Representative District 66 Republican Jimmy Mason of Artesia faces Libertarian Andrew Kennedy from Loco Hills. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
The truth and nothing but. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You know, they talk about with the recession a soft landing. And that's when, you know, they try and cool down the economy by raising interest rates, which the Fed is now currently doing. Too little, too late. They spend too much money. Joe caused a lot of it, artificially reducing the world's supply of energy. That didn't help in any way, shape, manner, or form. It costs more to ship everything to every store that we go to, we make purchases from. And they talk about, well, a recession with a soft landing and not having this be a long, protracted recession like we had in the Jimmy Carter years, which apparently Joe Biden is very, very angry that he's being compared to Jimmy Carter. I would take it a step further. I would say he's worse than Jimmy Carter.
Keeping you on the straight path. Later today, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
These days, you use your personal information to do just about everything, especially when you're online. With all that info just out there floating around, well, it can make the internet a practical gold mine for these identity thieves. Wait, I take that back. That's not fair to gold miners. Mining is hard work, but stealing your identity is so dangerously easy in this day and age. LifeLock, they see the threats you miss on your own. If, in fact, your information is compromised, you get an alert. And if, in fact, your identity is stolen, you get a U.S.-based dedicated restoration specialist that will fix it for you. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor every transaction, but you can make sure your identity theft protection starts right now and right here. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. They have a low annual rate. If you use the promo code Hannity, you'll save an additional 25% off your first year. Protect your name, reputation, finances, and credit score. LifeLock.com, 1-800-LifeLock, promo code Hannity.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Following a lower open, a mixed picture on Wall Street by mid-morning with the Nasdaq going positive. The Japanese government says Japan's economy contracted in the first quarter, although at a slower rate than expected.
The Cabinet Office says the world's third largest economy contracted at a 0.5% annual rate. That's smaller than the 1% contraction in the preliminary estimate for Japan's real gross domestic product. The latest data found consumer spending and other private demand was not as weak as earlier thought.
And that's correspondent Jeremy House reporting. Crude prices continue to climb. Oil has been trading above $120 per barrel. Meanwhile, AAA putting the nationwide average for a gallon of gasoline at $4.95 today. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. You've convinced yourself it's warm enough to swim in your pool for the first time this season, even if the temperature still carries a hint of fading cold. Who cares? You've paid your winter dues. With hours inside and too much pie, it's time to open your pool. Barbecues, suntans, and games of Marco Polo. Here you come. The only question is, how ready is your pool? It has been waiting patiently for this day too, ready to make your neighbors drool. If you rely on BioGuard products, get ready to slap on some sunscreen and fire up the grill. Not only does BioGuard provide simple solutions, they also have expert dealers who can help you be the best pool owner you can be. Because when your eyes sparkle at the side of your pool, they should always return the favor. Visit your BioGuard dealer at Mays Lumber, 115 South Virginia in Roswell, and start the season off right.
We cut to order, special order, products old and new. You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
At Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium, we honor and pay tribute to the achievements of your loved one by celebrating the life you shared together. Anderson Bethany Funeral Home and Crematorium is compassionate and cares about our local community and the families we serve here in southeastern New Mexico. Locally owned and operated, we will be here to help you decide how to celebrate the bond you've shared and pay tribute to the unique individual you've lost. Visit us at 2609 South Main in Roswell or call 622-5888.
On air and online, this is Roswell's home for talk radio, KEND Roswell.